Yo! Yo, what's up, Chad? How's it going? How's it going, guys? Hello, hello. Oh, great bald one. Alright, I see that. I see that. I'll remember that comment. DunkBot 2.0 will be taken away from you when it releases. How's it going, Chad? How's your Friday night? I hope it's going great. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. It is currently 1:38 a.m. here in Texas. A little late.
Jeez.
Dunk, you are not bald and very handsome. I hope you have. Wait, I hope you play the game soon. You know what? I think we should play the Noita soon today. I think we should be quick to Noita.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay?
All right, the weebs are muted. This is good. This is good. Glad to see it. You think it's time to start random starts for season 2? What better time than a Friday night in mid-July? Just one run to make it. No, we are not doing season 2 yet. Maybe ever. I don't know. Not yet. Not yet. If you know, we just finished our first season of random stars playthrough. All right, you gotta give that shit takes time. All right, I got like a hair on my keyboard. You know, we're not going to go the anime route where sometimes it takes like 7 years to do season 2, but we can't do it immediately. It's been like a month. It just stopped. It just stopped. All right. What's today's run going to be? Some people are throwing out suggestions. That one was interesting. That suggestion of the new game plus, but no damage modifiers has got me a little intrigued, but I'm like, is that fun? It makes you be creative with cool wand builds. In that case, wouldn't you have to say no damage modifiers and no more love? Because otherwise you could just be like, get 4 more loves, and then you're like, hey, I'm in new game plus 20 with a spark bolt and no damage modifiers. New game plus 3, but no perks. I like this idea. What if we did no perks, no damage modifiers, new game plus coin flip? That's probably too deadly. That's too dangerous. No fun, no hair, no rants. I think that's too dangerous. How do you get damage then? That's a good question. New game plus coin flip, and chat decides every holy mountain what perk will be chosen.
Do it.
Hell no to that one. New game plus 28, but if you catch yourself having fun, you restart. What? New game plus coin flip, but no damage modifiers and no parallel worlds, or not more than 2. The no parallel worlds would be a great way. Oh, but as we're going into the new game pluses, we may need the parallel worlds for orbs. Just no damage modifiers and do new game plus coin flip. That should be hard enough if you get to like 5 after. Yeah. Okay, we'll just do the no damage modifiers, new game plus coin flip daily run. That's what we're doing. Are you guys down with that? Hopefully. The no perks was getting a little bit too crazy, I think. How do I title this? And we'll say no. We'll as a general rule, no, we won't grab the more love perk. That'll be the general rule. We're not going to use the more love perk. What's a damage modifier? You mean like crit plus and whatever? Yes, like I will consider anything that is a direct damage, additional damage, or in the sense of like I'll consider crits in that as well. So something that says like plus 10 damage, that's a damage modifier. Something that says like, oh, increased chance to crit, I'll also consider that a damage modifier. If it's like, oh, it's a fire trail, I'm not going to consider that a damage modifier because I mean it's just creating fire. Yes, that fire can do damage, but it's not a direct additional damage. No piercing. Question mark, he's asking. What would your guys' thoughts on piercing? Divide by, yeah, stuff that does minus damage. Liquid Cake brings up a good point. Mana and speed modifiers are allowed. No spark bolts. Spark bolts are a projectile that does damage, not a damage modifier. Even though I guess I see what you're saying because they add crit, but that doesn't, you know what I'm saying. Piercing doesn't modify damage. Well, it does modify the damage. It does because they're saying because it does minus damage. It is the opposite. It does. You're thinking of the piercing effect is not modifying it. You're correct there, but it actually does minus 15 damage, which is why. So it is technically modifying the damage just in a negative way. But
In sweat.
I think something that is subtracted damage is fine, right? If something is modifying in a negative damage way, we'll allow it. But something that's clear addition. What do you mean no? No doing damage run. No damage allowed. So here it is. Let me explain the run, and I'm about to open the bet so you guys can make your predictions as I typoed something. Damn it. Noita coin flip plus daily run. No damage modifiers allowed. All right. So here's how it works. Some people already know, so they can place their predictions. But if you're confused, here, let me explain. First off, we're doing it on the daily run. If you don't know what the daily run, every single day there's a different seed. Let's hop into it while I'm explaining the rules. I gotta update the title too, damn it. Let me make sure that this is the correct daily. Yes. We're on the right daily. Are you allowed to take damage modifier perks, such as concentrated spells? I feel like those should be fair game, shouldn't they? No? Fine, we won't do damage modifier perks either. That'll just be like a rule, not part of the title. But yes, the light is working. We're back. If something happens, the internet goes out, we'll switch back over to the backup.
If you pick up a wand with a damage modifier and use it, does that mean it's a loss?
No, but make sure you guys tell me afterwards that you can't use that wand. The moment you point that I am not allowed to use a wand,
This guy right now, he is drenched in
then we'll
sweat.
throw it away. Are you ending stream super late today? No, whenever you're ready to code, I'll be ready, Solar. I'll be there. You just let me know. Back to our explanation of things. I call BS. No, it's true. It's true. We're making serious progress these days, Solar. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see the light. All right, so let's explain the coin flip plus, because some people are like, what the hell is coin flip plus? It took me a little bit to get to explain that. It's a pretty simple thing. Basically, in Noita, you can go to a lot of new game pluses, right? You can go to new game plus, new game plus plus, new game plus 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 plus. So how do you decide on where to stop? What we do is we go off of a coin flip system where we go to new game plus, and then a chatter gets to flip a coin. If they call it correctly, then I have to go to another new game plus. We continue to do this until a chatter loses the coin flip. Now, our general coin flip plus rules is chatters are allowed one loss, one do-over the entire time. So that means that, you know, whenever I call out a chatter and I'm like, pick heads or tails, blah, 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 if they choose incorrectly, they'll have burned the only do-over that they have. Oh, shit. That guy has a fiery wand. Let me... Oh, it's just a bullshit one. Give me one moment. These guys are grabbing dangerous wands. Okay, we're good. It's kind of scary for a moment. I had to make sure I didn't get missiled and insted. The first New Game Plus should be mandatory for... Yeah, that's how it works. We go to New Game Plus before we start to do the coin flips. Whenever we get into the first New Game Plus, that's where I call out a chatter and then we flip a coin to see if I go to the next one. Meaning, today we may only have to go to New Game Plus 1, or we could end up having to go to New Game Plus 15 if you guys are really lucky. You know, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'll choose a chatter at the moment. So at the moment that we're doing the flipping of the coin.
Just got here, so IDK if this was talked about this stream yet. But the Odyssey is unbelievably good and is worth seeing in IMAX.
Oh, really?
Blew my mind. Also, hi Dunk, hi Chat Flink.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing. Like, I didn't know it was being made or any of that crap. But chat was telling me about it just yesterday, and I'm planning to check it out. I want to check it out. Dude, everything's like grabbing wands and all kinds of craziness. Okay, so now you understand the new game plus coin flip. Basically, just like we don't know how many, we're gonna be flipping a coin to find out how many new game pluses we have to go into. That's the general idea. And then no damage modifiers means that modifiers like this spends 5% of your current gold and adds damage to your projectile. That would not be allowed. It's you add damage. Same goes for something like this. Plus 44 damage, not allowed. This one as well, 3.5 damage, that's not allowed. Crits are also going to be included as additional damage, so I'm not counting that. Something that would be allowed would be something like piercing, even though it's minus damage, which technically is modifying your damage. We're going to allow that because it's not adding. What else did I want to show? That could be plasma beam thrower. That would be fine. It doesn't add damage. It does throw plasmas, though, that tend to amplify your, or tend to do damage. Electric arc is allowed because it itself does not do damage, but it does add electricity to it, which can kill stuff. Things like that. So you get the general idea of why it's called no damage modifiers. So only greater than or equal to 0 damage. Well, exactly, like in terms of modifiers. Exactly. What about the plasma beam amplifier? That would be allowed as well. You're just amplifying the plasma. It doesn't necessarily directly add damage. No add explosion? I mean, it doesn't add damage, you know? I mean, technically it does. It says 5 explosion. Okay, no add explosion. That is at plus 5 explosion damage, which means, yeah, because that also should include stuff like freeze. Freeze is plus 5 frozen damage, so that would be, yeah, that also would be removed. True. Shut your mouth, chat. God damn it. Wait, what about... What? Fuck. Damn it. How about acceleration on bouncing burst count as a damage modifier? I would say that one's fair game because the acceleration, yes, it does end up adding damage, but it itself is not a damage modifier. It's just working in combination with it, you know? But with that said, it would be terrible on today's run because you need to have damage modifiers with an acceleration bouncing burst build. Unless, I guess, you do something like Hungry Ghost, but I don't think we're doing Hungry Ghost, Eat Your Vegetables, or Concentrate Spells. We're kind of just saying the perks that do flat or obvious, you know, damage, additional damage are just, you know, kind of against the rules. We're also not going to be grabbing more love today since, you know, we don't want to make it baby mode. I do love me some more love, though. What kind of modifiers are allowed? Things like Electric Arc, Fire Trail, speed up, accelerations. Did I clear this right side? I feel like there's still more over here that I didn't see. I don't understand how I'm not getting more out of this. I don't like this pouch. What about crit stacking for multiple spark bolts? I would say that's fair game. That should be allowed because it's not the modifiers, it's the projectile doing the... It's like saying the spark bolt itself does damage, yeah, so it doesn't become banned because the spark bolt does damage. This happens to have attributes that also share crit. So it's not a no damage modifier allowed, but a no flat added damage modifier, since a spell like Electric Arc, despite not adding damage, is still damage centric. Yeah, but the problem is, if you start to say things like that, almost every modifier in the game can be used to add damage in some way. So if what you're just talking about would just become a no modifiers run, if you start to go down that rabbit hole. Spice says, I feel like the spirit of the run is pretty clear, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of questions. Obviously, if I were to pick up a wand that had a damage modifier on it, you can just... It's not going to be like, oh, you fucking insta-lose. Just say, hey, wait, that one, and then explain why it'd be against the rules, and then I drop the spell if we agree that it is breaking the rules of our challenge. It's not some kind of like, oh, you touched a wand, instant loss. What the hell is happening there? That's a good wand. I want that wand, but I don't want to get blasted for all that. Oh, shit. That could be dangerous. He's on fire, so if I can go for him while he's burning, that'd be nice. That is quite nice. I still don't have any water, which is dumb. You're supposed to get water immediately. It's just, you know, the game has not been kind to us. Oh, there we go. Finally. I should have went to this direction first. Looks like there could be stuff over in that area, so I'm going to real quickly sprint over there. Finally, we got some water. Thank God. Should be the first thing you do in every run. Top priority, get a flask of water or blood or just something that puts out fire. Pheromone is not that something. Yes, technically you can put out a fire with pheromone, but whenever you're burning to death and you're spraying pheromone on yourself, you'll notice that it isn't doing shit. You have to completely submerge yourself for pheromone to even work as putting out the fire, so it's pretty terrible at it. Don't trust the frogs. Never trust them. Oh, man. We are... I think I'm actually going to have to backtrack just to grab the little starter orb area. Like, I just assumed I'd be like, I'll backtrack to that later. But things, in terms of hearts and stuff, have been so crappy on today's daily that it's actually going to be worth going back to the surface, grabbing that little beginner orb. Will you also grab an egg to get the cave heart? Well, our digging isn't exactly ideal for the cave heart right now. But I guess while I'm out there, I could grab an egg just to have it. If in a bit I do have a better method. Pronouncing enemy names challenge. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, come on. Come on. That challenge is not fair. Please. Like, you hit the mage's den, and then you're just like, oh, shit. Durham could do it? That's cheating. All Finnish people banned from that challenge. Too easy for them. I feel unsafe betting yes today. I believe there'll be too much learning of what spells are damage. Got lots of technicalities going on. Right as we are heading to our very first holy mountain. While you guys are moist mobbing it up for 2, make sure you also remember to get your predictions in, because the predictions are closing right now. The bet light behind me is going off this very moment. It is turning off. Let's lock into the run. I'm excited to see what we're going to get in our first mountain. Dude, probably a pissed off Steve, honestly, in the first mountain. Do you see these paths? Steve is not going to be okay with some of this. Let's see. Not angry so far. That's a good sign. Remember, no damage modifiers. And then on the side, we're also doing, like, we're going to limit the perks. We're not going to grab more love. We're not going to grab eat your vegetables. We're not going to grab concentrated spells. Those ones that add, like, flat damage and stuff. Or even, like, the hungry ghost. We're not going to grab stuff like that. We're trying to get creative with our damage today as the general idea. The spirit of the run, like Spice was saying. Just kind of have to find other ways to do damage rather than just, like, you know, plus 50 damage. Shop isn't for another 40 minutes, 30 minutes? No, 40 minutes. Pollen engine would be allowed. More love adds damage, or just because of no aggression? No, because of the no aggression. Because one more love wouldn't be a big deal for today's challenge, because it wouldn't make a drastic difference. But if I end up getting 4 more loves, then I just would, I could literally, if somebody was like, oh, I went through every new game plus in Noita with just a spark bolt on a wand and no damage modifiers, you'd be like, what? That's how they did. And you find out they had 4 of the more love perk. You're like, oh, it's just, you just walked. Because it's like nothing's aggressive towards you at that point. But if you do it while the world is aggressive towards you, that's when it's crazy, because there's poly mages and all these guys doing tons of damage. Can I back out of betting? Yes, there is a command. Oh, you already figured it out. You chickened out? Oh, it's because he bet no first. That's why he chickened out. Of course you'd back out. You should be. I misunderstood the challenge. I thought it was no damage run, not no damage modifiers. Oh, okay. Why didn't you bet exclamation mark yes afterwards? Care to explain on that one, user? Are you a professional hater? Because I don't have faith. All right. You're gonna regret that. Missed out on the free +1 to your streak. If that's how you want to do it. If that's how you want to do it. All right, let's go. Oh, he changed over to yes. I voted yes last night. You killed my baby streak. Wait, you voted yes last night. Oh, the TI? Is that? That's unrelated. All right, let's get to the gameplay. Let's play some video games.
See this guy right now. He is drawn.
Trask, thanks for another gifted sub, dude. Thank you, Trask. Ooh, look what we have here. Everything in this mountain is eligible to be used because none of them are considered a damage modifier. Concentrate spells, that is on our, like, hey, let's not use it list, because it would add flat damage. And it makes it where we could just shred everything super easy. But if you're a new player and you're playing today's daily run, maybe you're playing along at the same time, maybe trying to get your very first win, I would strongly recommend this. You grab that and you'll have great damage. You lost the 2-hour no-hit too. Oh, yeah. That was bullshit. That shouldn't even count. You may end up having to use homing rocks, so I guess it's worth grabbing this. We have the heal and the refresh there. We're going to leave it for now. This wand has -3 spread, so it means that we don't have to worry about being inaccurate. And since I don't have the greatest setup ever, I think I may... Hold on. Alright, so this... We're going to leave that there, but I don't think we're going to necessarily use it. We could grab the trick blood money. Let me think for a moment. Trick blood money. Photo's thinking a reroll. Did Dunk win last night? You know, I won the daily run, if that's what you're asking. It would be goated with homing rocks. You are right. You had so many near deaths on those no-hit runs. Were you like Neo in the Matrix, or more like Mr. Magoo? Just like walking through an 8-lane highway, just zooming by. Oh shit! Damn it, I can't decide. We did a Trick Blood Money run recently, so that we'll skip away from it. But I do like Trick Blood Money. Obviously, concentrate spells super OP here. Shit, this was a bad decision. We're considering the crit plus and the damage modifier perk realm kind of thing, so we're just gonna skip out on that one. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm a little nervous about pissing off the gods so early today, because no damage modifiers is gonna leave me a little bit more limited. So what I'm gonna do instead, if I can not fuck this up, is I'm going to try, I may fail. It's been a little bit since I did this. It's been a little bit. Alright. So we are digging away at the mountain in such a way that does not piss off the gods. It's a secret little tunnel here. Gods have no idea that I just beat the hell out of their holy mountain. And this way we can get some more money. No pissed off Steve. We're good. Spiritus has an interesting idea. What's he got? Run idea for the future. Get enough copies of both No Wand Tinkering and Tier with the Wands Everywhere to have a 100% chance of blood money while still being able to edit everywhere. Yeah, we've done this run before. I like that run. I'd be down for it. I'd be down. Usually you would do it as like a... you could do it as a breaking the reroll machine kind of run, or you could do it as a perk duping altar kind of run. Both options. I think the way we did it last time was the perk duping method. But the reroll machine one also works. That only works in nightmare mode, doesn't it? Unless dupe alter. Wait, what?
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now.
Tinker with Wands only appears once if you grab it. So once you pick it up, it won't appear anymore. So what you would do is you would break the reroll machines. You go to a holy mountain. You roll till you see Tinker with Wands everywhere. Then you do not pick it up. Then you proceed to the next holy mountain. You roll over and over and over and over till Tinker with Wands appears. You do this in such a way that you set up so many of them that you have the exact amount you need to accomplish whatever your goal is. Then you go backtrack and pick them all up. That's how you can get multiple of a perk that you're only meant to have one of. You can also go to the perk altar and you can dupe your perks there, which does work for... Wait. Actually, wait. Tinker does drop there, correct? Am I crazy on that one? Because the one-off perks, I know there's several of them that don't drop on the ground. Tinker is one that drops on the ground. I'm pretty sure that's how we did it last time. It does? Okay, I was making sure I wasn't misremembering. Because, like, you know, extra life, things like that do not appear on the perk altar. But no wand tinkering and tinker with wands, they do appear on it. What does having multiple of the same perk, tinker everywhere, even accomplish? So, think it used to not work this way for the first couple of years of Noita. So if you ever watch any super old videos, then people would ask that, and my answer was different back then. But the way it's worked now for several years is think of it like a plus-minus system. Currently, the player sits at 0. If you're at 0 for editing, it means you can only edit in Holy Mountains. If you grab Tinker with Wands everywhere, it adds +1 to your editing ability, which means that you can edit anywhere you go. If you grab no wand tinkering, it acts as a -1 to your editing wands ability. So if you grabbed 1 wand tinkering, it would go to +1. Actually, hold on, you get it, right? I was going to draw a page, but it's like a plus-minus system. So the idea is you could get 1 Tinker with Wands everywhere, and then 1 no wand tinkering, cancel out. It would now be like you're playing regular Noita, where you could just only edit in the Holy Mountains. But the benefit there is when you grab no wand tinkering, no wand tinkering means that you get a 5% chance. I think it's like 5% of the blood money that's dropped. Some shit like that. There's a small percentage of the blood money that's dropped. Actually, maybe it's higher than that. Maybe 20% these days. It gives you blood money when you're killing enemies. You just randomly will get it. It's not like consistent, so it's just like a % chance when you're killing enemies. You'll see this money that heals you. Now, Dunko software. Yeah, I should get out paint for this stuff to really like draw it out. Dunk, your voice is like a lullaby to my ears. Keep it going. Oh, thank you, Ripe. I appreciate the love. Appreciate you. It's a lullaby until I start screaming. What the fuck? They're like, oh god, my ear. How could that happen? They're like, oh, my ears, they're bleeding. Anyway, so the goal would be with what that challenge that he was saying that somebody was bringing up is that if each no wand tinkering, actually I forget the amount. Let me look it up real fast. I don't want to. Because through the years, they've also changed that one too. So, no wand tinkering. Gives you 20%. Okay. So, a 20% chance of dropping blood money, which, if I remember this correctly, I think it's additive. I think. So, if you have 2 of these, of this perk, it has a 40% chance. I mean, you just need 5 of them. And it means 100% of the enemies that you kill would give you blood money. So the idea is you'd say, okay, if 5 of these, because, you know, each one, 20%, it adds up to 100% chance of getting blood money. If 5 of these, lets me get blood money everywhere, then I get 5 no wand tinkering and then 6 tinker with wands, because that's 1 more, which will leave me the ability to edit everywhere I go, and it will make it that so that every enemy I kill drops blood money. Another thing that's interesting. Oh, it even explains it right here. All wand editing effects stack on a point-based system. It starts at 0. Having 1 point or more allows you to edit your wands. Holding the stone, the stone that the Master of Masters gives you +1, meaning that like you could consider that in your whole little plus-minus system as well when doing stuff. Yeah, there are things that subtract 1, it's only this one. While things that add 1, it's the perk, the stone, and then being in a holy mountain or an edit zone. Yeah, it's probably additive. I just remember us not doing anything too crazy with the math on that. I think we did it really simply of like, just grab 5 of them, and I'm pretty sure it worked. That's the only reason I was thinking it was additive. Real learning going on right now, for me at least. Hell yeah, photo. Hopefully that gave a decent, thorough explanation of what was happening there. So the reason I feel like it's necessary to go into detail is because maybe it helps you understand why people would stack multiple, but it also helps you come up with maybe new reasons for stacking multiple of something like Tinker. Maybe you have some other ideas for things that we haven't even thought of. Ways you could use that system. Oh, come on.
Do it.
What material is blood money color? If I remember, I don't think it gets, or maybe it does get its color from a material, but I don't think the player is able to alter it. You're pretty much stuck with what that color. With that said, that doesn't mean that it's not a material that gives it to it. It just means that we never access it in some way. Somebody like Latali probably would tell you exactly, because they dig around in the code. They can tell you how it works. I just never have seen blood money shifted into another color, so I just assume that. Yeah, there you go. So user says blood money gets its material from like Ruby Box 2D or something. So yeah, it's something that I guess the player cannot access with like fungal shifting. So it can be shifted with cheats. In that case, yeah, probably true. Like mods and stuff, yeah, probably could do it there. But in that case, even if it didn't work that way, mods would allow you to. You could force it to work that way. You could make it happen. Please heal. You're too bald. What? Also, I don't. You know what? We have black holes. It's gonna end up pissing off the gods. Actually, you know what? We could do this also without pissing off the gods with our current amount of charges, I think. Let me think. Yeah, we should be good.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Put this stuff up. What do we have here? Not my favorites. Zeldex, thank you for the 22-month there. Appreciate you, Zeldex. Ooh, look at this. Explosion immunity. Definitely a grab for us. We still got to go back and do some rerolls, by the way. Come on. I put the statue on this just in case of emergency whenever I'm doing black hole stuff. In case I mess up a black hole shot and piss off the gods. That does happen sometimes. Where I'm just like, oh shit, I did a bad angle or some crap.
Glad that's over with.
Whoa! Somebody's got a bubble wand down there. Oh, that was a... See that? You can see I accidentally shot it slightly to the left. But we're still fine. Alright, now we're going to grab our first refresh of the run. You want me to have no HP? You want to risk it all? We were doing actually no-hit runs yesterday, and it didn't go the greatest. They had a couple mistakes. I only have one more black hole. This should reach, though, right? Yeah, we should be good. Make sure that there's not a lava mountain above that. Alright, looks like there's not. Gotta move with my back on the wall. Don't want to accidentally collapse the mountain. Toss that. Oh, I just realized I have pheromone. What the hell am I doing? God damn it. I forgot. Pheromone, go here. Empty wand, go there. God damn it. Oh, there it goes. Got a little bit of money. And then we can use that for the reroll. Are you an honorary mod of r/bald? Never been there. I have no idea what goes on in r/bald. It could be anything. Ooh, another shop in level. Ooh, baby. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right. That is pretty exciting. The support group, obviously. So I still need that add mana, I know, it's just I don't have the greatest digging at the moment, so it's making it kind of annoying. Well, I say not the greatest digging, and then we find that. We should be able to get over to where we... Oh, baby, that's... Oh, look, there's another chance. We're gonna get double hearts right now. Double hearts, I can feel it. God gamer skills right now. God damn it. Wait, did that not... Hold up. God damn it, that could have been a heart. We just got... Oh, wait, it's still hope. Wait, is this... Damn it. This is actually a triple formation. This is a potential heart payout, this is a potential heart payout, and this is a potential heart payout. We got one. One of three. Alright, all that effort to get over here, because I wanted both the add mana, and what else did I want? What else did I want? I guess we'll take this. I know that did eat away a lot of my gold, but we can easily get gold back since we have Pheromone. I usually hold on to Pheromone in the early game if I can, because it does like open up my possibilities when I reach Holy Mountains, because you can like you don't even have to leave the mountain and you have the ability to gain gold. It's like a rare thing to be able to do, because normally you have to be like, all right, let me leave the mountain, collect some gold, but Pheromone is like, hey, you can think your way through stuff just with the Pheromone alone. All right, Pheromone, starter wand, get that money, then we run over here, roll that. Ooh, it's not my favorite. Not teleportitis, obviously. We're not going with the feared by worms. Dissolve powders is like a maybe, but even then it's like kind of lame. I will grab the heal though. I will grab that. Let me see some real quick. Let me try some. Yes. We could do that there to free up that, but then we have a stutter there. We move this there. I prefer this one, I think, because I don't like that. Well, sometimes it is kind of nice being able to shoot around corners and stuff. One more Pheromone in there. We're gonna sell this one, get some more money. I'll decide on that one. I'm still thinking. Yeah, exactly, Jolly. That was my thinking too. So the long distance thing is nice to be able to just shoot around. Like, I could just shoot through this wall. But whenever a dude tries to get up on melee distance, it's so scary. Without teleports, at least. If you have teleports, at least you can back away. But when you're just having to run on foot away from a thing that's just shooting you or trying to melee you, that is annoying. Very, very annoying. Alright, let's go get some mega loot. That can actually remove Castellet as well if I really needed something to help remove Castellet. That one could work in a desperate situation. But luckily we aren't desperate. I forget what the amount is though. I wanted to check real quick. Oh, there it is. They both the same, yeah, 0.13. It's not bad. What wasn't it supposed to turn into a ghost wand? Yeah, Mikey, they changed that actually a couple years ago, where now you can't do the ghost farming method. They made it where so the devs came back and they made it where you basically sell wands if you try to use the old technique. The old technique you could get infinite gold, but now you just get a certain amount of gold depending on the tier of the wand. So the better tier a wand is, the more gold you get in return. Pretty cool. The other system was pretty janky. It was like this, I mean, clearly it was an exploit, right? Where you're just like, okay, I can farm infinite gold. This is really OP. Like, imagine me going to the first Holy Mountain right now and having access to infinite gold if I'm willing to take the time. It's like, that's probably not balanced. Instead, the selling method is more interesting because it encourages you to collect wands even when they're bad, because then you can be like, all right, well, I'll just carry this back to the Holy Mountain and sell it and get a little bit of gold. Do these spells inside the wand affect the selling cost? The spells have to be emptied out. If you throw a wand into pheromone that has spells on it, an invisible ghost will then pick up that wand and it starts flying around. This is the original intentional pheromone effect that they had added into the game, that ended up having possibilities to abuse. Basically, they came up with this idea where pheromone would pour onto a wand, and all of a sudden it would come to life, right? Like, it would come to life, and it would start fighting for you and causing all this chaos, all that kind of stuff. Which you can still do that. It still works just that way. They're kind of lame though, honestly, because they're like pathfinding and all that's really terrible. And most of the times they just get you hurt more than helping you. But anyways, that was their idea though, and so they added this thing to the game. Well, then a separate, unrelated, what seemed like unrelated thing was that you could actually make some enemies less dangerous by taking a wand, stripping the spells off of it, and throwing an empty wand at them, and then they'd be like, oh, a wand, and they'd pick it up, but the wand doesn't shoot. The wand has no spells. So in a way, by giving them this empty wand, you made them less dangerous. It's like you gave them something that they can't even harm you with. And so the devs are like, well, we don't like that, because then people will abuse that. People just throw empty wands at dangerous enemies and make them where they're not dangerous. So they're like, we have an idea. What if a wand that is empty is near an enemy? It refuses to pick it up if it has no spells on it. It just will say, nope, I won't grab that wand. Well, that resulted in making it so that whenever pheromone pours on a wand, that the original mechanic we were just talking about, pheromone pours onto a wand, it spawns this invisible ghost to make the wand look like it's come to life, but then it has the same code that says, hey, there's no spells on this wand, don't pick up the wand. So it spawns a ghost, doesn't pick up the wand, and then you can just kill the invisible ghost and get money, or you could. This was an old mechanic. And so this the naked wands actually became a ghost spawner, an infinite ghost spawner that would just spawn enemies, or spawn these invisible things forever. And so it became this very easy to abuse mechanic that the devs were like, all right, we gotta do something about this. It's super OP, and that led to the whole change. You go, Dunk. We love listening to you. Honestly, I'd learn so much if you lectured as my university professor. Thank you, Morphoid. I appreciate you. But can't you still do this if you just kill the ghost when it's holding the wand? Yes, you're technically correct. In fact, just a little while ago, I had the option for blood money, right? Blood money is a perk that if an enemy dies to like the environment or like a trick kill, it drops not just regular gold, it drops this red gold that both gives you gold and heals the player. Well, if you intentionally spawn in the ghost that picks up the wand and you just throw a tablet at him and it bops him in the head and it kills him, he'll drop blood money and then the ghost wand will fall. I don't know why it's a fawn. The ghost wand will fall back down, but the thing is, to have that actually be very effective, you would have to somehow have a huge pool of pheromone, and then you would bop them, and it would fall back into the pheromone, and then it would come back. It would take a good amount of setup. If you do this with the old method, you can very effectively spawn in like hundreds of these things. You're just like spawn, and you're just like farming them. Now it would be like probably every 30 seconds to a minute, you could get like 10 gold, you know, which, I mean, it's still infinite, but it's way more time consuming. So I guess they were okay with that being in the game. They're like, all right, listen, if you're willing to spend an hour to get 1,000 gold, go for it. Back in the day, though, it was like you could get 1,000 gold in minutes with all the ghosts that were spawning. For the coin flip, we'll be using Google or Chaos Die. We'll see. If you remind me when we're getting towards that part of the run and I see a Chaos Die, maybe we'll do it. But don't try to argue that shit like last time where somebody was like, it's because it's statistically better. I don't know what the hell of the argument. I can't even remember. It was so brain dead. It actually hurt my brain trying to grasp the ridiculousness. There's a swapper. Swapper, no swapping. I'm gonna wait a moment because there's too much acid. I don't want to accidentally shoot that swapper while acid is pouring all over the place. Oh my god. Oh! He just tried. Did you see that shit? Did you see that little move? He flew right up into that vapor and then swapped me into it. Good thing it wasn't acid. That could have really hurt. Acid will blast through my HP in like a second. Is drinking Berserkium considered a damage modifier? I don't think we're really considering it in this run just because, first off, it's not a... I mean, it does do modifications, but it's not like a spell modifier in the same sense. And because of the spirit of the run, I think chat would enjoy, like, if they find it more fun if I did. Like, imagine I get Iron Stomach and we just drink an ocean of Berserkium to help amplify our damage. I think people in general would like that in the spirit of the run. Kind of a fun way to come up with extra damage. When will we retry the no-hit run? I'll probably retry it in the next week or so. I enjoyed it. I'm honestly surprised I didn't get one because we did it for 2 hours. And yeah, I was kind of shocked I didn't get it. But I think it's because last couple times that we did no-hit run challenges, I did allow myself to use ambrosia and stuff. So we may have abused some ambrosia and stuff along the way. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, doing it with the no teleports, no ambrosia, none of that. It does take a little bit more than 2 hours, I guess, for me to get that dub. What's up, Moonlord? Berserk is a negative effect, so impossible. It's a negative effect? Are you saying like you use... I mean, that's the most of the time why I don't always grab Berserkium or I don't always drink it when I see it is because, yeah, it can be pretty bad. It can cause some serious issues. But considering we have explosion immunity, pretty positive today. Pretty good stuff. There's some ambrosia. Speak of the devil. Well, this egg... You know what? Let's throw the egg. The reason for throwing the egg is if it at least spawned a big worm, we could have gotten a heart. It's rare that it spawns a big worm. And I don't think I need the worm blood because we have light modifiers right here that can help us see in the dark cave. Consume? No, we're not doing any consume right now. But we have a challenge ahead of us. You're trying to throw fungal shifting on top of that challenge? Trying to make up your own rules? Speaking of, there's some Berserkium. So we are allowing Berserkium. We kind of clarified that earlier. But now it makes it where the explosions are a bit bigger. Another saying that drinking Berserkium doesn't work with Iron Stomach. Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. Wait. I wasn't even thinking about that. Wait, if you drink Berserkium and you walk near the Berserkium ghost, does he berserk you still? Because you get a lot of hidden immunities. I wonder if that counts. Totally forgot about that. I guess we just have to drink it in small portions. In small, reasonable portions.
In olden times, you would have been the village storyteller, shaman telling stories every night by the fire. How to use spells to protect the village. Why eating mushrooms can open the mind, and yapping ceaselessly about your glorious youth, when you had a head full of hair.
What in the hell did I just hear? Man, I feel like we cleared out this area, but honestly, we didn't get very good stuff out of this zone. This is one of the kind of crappier fungal caverns. We actually got our add mana from, you know, the area, the main zone, the coal pits. It's funny because this area is almost always better for resources. Not today though. Yeah, the mines. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, see, normally this area, like, you get good stuff. Don't get me wrong. This area, what I like about it is it's not like the most dangerous area ever. It's kind of a, I don't know. It's wait, no, we got it from the coal. Wait, did I say coal pits or mines? I don't even remember what I said earlier. Now you guys are confusing me. we normally get some resources from this area. I feel like I get a lot of my like teleport bolts, maybe some basic digging, all that stuff from this side. But and if you look here, it says right here it says coal pits. But then the moment you cross into this area, fungal caverns, it's much more dangerous. But the resources are like almost. I feel like I'm just always getting better stuff. Now, for a new guy, is it worth the risk? No. I usually say it's probably best a lot of time for new guys to hold off a little bit. Maybe just peek at the edge of that zone, but maybe not diving into it as a new guy because the risks are pretty high. But today we got, you know, our add mana from this zone when normally we get it from the other zone. We also got the wand that we're currently using from either the first zone or this zone. I don't remember. From coal pits or the mines. I don't remember which one. But we're pretty much we're not using like anything that we got from fungal caverns, which is weird. I'm just pouring some water and stuff in here because this is a puzzle. And if we solve this puzzle, we get a prize. The prize is usually a shitty wand, so don't get your hopes too high. Damn it, we need way more water to pull this off, I think. Oh, maybe. No!
Hey, Dunk. Just wanted to say thank you. Streams helped me a lot a couple years ago when I had a somewhat depression episode.
Oh, hold on, who was that? I can't tell if it's serious now because the name is your mom. Thanks for the 5. I appreciate the kindness. I don't know if it's serious or not, but nothing but love for you. Appreciate you. Oh, there he is. Solve the puzzle. Woo, we're a genius. Aw, it does have a triple on it. Dunk making a fun of a genuine viewer, making a heartfelt message. It was a $5 tip saying, oh, they helped me out at a dark time. But then I went to see the username to shout them out, and they said, your mom. So it's hard to know if they're serious, but I appreciate the love. Thank you for the support. We could make some moves for that triple spell. Bullying? How's that bullying? Do you think I'm being bullied? It's the opposite. Penalty, gaslight. Shut the fuck up. First he bullies, now he gaslights. Making fun of the dark time your mom went through. Hold up. What? Mom, is that you? Alright, so we have access to a heal. You know what? Let's not risk anything. Let's go ahead and grab the heal now. Not a big deal. I never grabbed the refresh in the previous mountain to refresh the black holes, but that's whatever. What are you even doing, bro? What do you mean? What did I do? Okay, that was kind of dangerous. I was half paying attention. I actually knew that guy was there. We saw him earlier, but I just kind of forgot about him. So these are examples of modifiers that are banned today. Horizontal Path, great modifier. It's free in terms of mana cost. It costs 0, and it adds 8 damage. Very good, but banned today. Damage plus, 5 mana, 10 damage. Also another great modifier. Both of them not allowed today. I'm going to put them up in the ceiling. So if we were able to use those, we'd have a pretty big increase in our DPS, but we'll have to find other ways to get damage. For now, we're doing okay anyways. It's not like it's like, oh crap, how are we going to survive without it? But there are times that can really hurt whenever you are trying to do some kind of special run like we're doing today. And if you're limping along and you can't use the damage modifier like that, it'd be heartbreaking. Sorry to ask the real stuff. Tell me your shampoo so I never use it. What? You shut your mouth. I'm assuming crit stacking will be ideal. The crit stacking will be great, except for we have to use it just from projectiles. So no, like, you know, crit modifiers like crit on water and stuff like that are not allowed. But the natural crits that spark bolts and stuff add on, we'll do that rant in a little bit, how you can get some big crits off of just projectiles. Do bald people use shampoo? You hear that? Uko was pissed about that bald comment. He's like, who said that shit? Almost got me killed. We went over this before, actually. I can't remember last time we talked about it. Somebody said, yes, bald people do use shampoo. But I can't remember the reasoning for it. It's like for scalp health? Something like that. I need it for my beard. There you go. So wait, does it... You just don't even put it on the scalp, just the beard? My bald PE teacher in high school told me he just takes a bar of soap head to toe. Said it was the best part of being bald. just a bar of soap. Oh, he's clean. I do it as well, but mainly for my beard. Yeah, me too, guys. Me too. My beard as well. Like, what beard? What is that? Sorry, I had to get rid of the creeper stash. I know it was scaring the viewers. The creepiness was too disturbing. Nice beard. Thank you, thank you. You have more beard than hair? What? I have lots of hair and there's no facial hair. The opposite. You're blind. What's up? How you doing? I'm doing good, Vanorium. Doing pretty good. Trying to basically plan ahead right now in the run, since we're doing a run where we're going into the new game pluses, and new game pluses can get pretty rough. I'm trying to think how we're gonna do damage once we get there. Like right now, I'm not too worried. You know, right now we're just kind of shredding stuff. Nothing too much of a issue. Dude, there's been so many polyflasks today. But when we get to those new game pluses, I gotta be doing some serious damage. Not only do we need to be doing serious damage, but I need to be able to scale that damage, because each new game plus gets pretty scary. Do you have to go to the first new game plus, or are they all coin flip? We have to go. The first one is by default, so yeah, we are having to go to new game plus. Then from there, the coin flipping begins. Oh my god! Scared the heck out of me. Well, we could consider... Oh, I never grabbed our earlier perks, did we? I was like, why am I missing a perk? Oops. Because we re-rolled them and they were also disappointing. Oh my god. They were also disappointing. There's been quite a few Ukos today. If you play today's daily, be careful. I've already ran into like 4 Ukos, and there's a lot of snowy depths I haven't been to. This may be one of those daily runs that is... you know, a nightmare for new guys, because Ukos are definitely a way to kill a run. Yeah, a little bit of a curse on this seed so far in the first snowy depths, at least. In the earlier zones, not much HP. The dangerous combination, but the explosion immunity, that helps a lot.
DunkOrSlam, what is your deepest insecurity? Also cat kiss chat cat KISS.
My deepest insecurity. You know, it's kind of rough being too beautiful. I think some nice people, when they see me, they expect, you know, wow, he's just hot, no brains at all, but they don't realize I'm also a genius. So, probably that one. Okay, Matt Damon. Okay there, Matt Damon. Don't you need AI to code? AI is a tool that enhances coders' abilities. You wouldn't understand, alright? Because you have no abilities to enhance. Boom, got him. Boom, roasted. Too mean? Alright, let me go with a different one. AI is a tool for you to use, but you're a tool, so you don't understand how to use it. Is that better? Something like that. How dare you? How dare you, you piece of shit? 500 liters of water going down the drain to write a simple if function. What? Listen, if it's that inefficient, why don't we just have AI come up with a more efficient way? I know. No autographs right now. I know, I just solved everything. While we're at it, ask AI to solve world hunger. Throw that in there. Dunk, are you not using AI and have... Wait. Dunk, you are not using AI and have DunkBot 2.0 not released yet. Tell me you don't. Hold on, my brain is struggling on this one. Dunk, you are not using AI and have DunkBot 2.0 not released yet. Tell me you don't. wait. Mike? What? Hold on. I mean, AI should make it faster. Oh, okay. I get your general. Okay, something about that sentence, man. I don't know. Maybe it's me. English is hard. So my brain was struggling on that one. I mean, AI is a tool, like a calculator. You know what I mean? And there are things that it can be very helpful with, but there's a lot of things that, especially in the programming world, that if you aren't a really good programmer, it's just going to cause more problems for you. I am a pretty new programmer. Realistically, AI has been quite helpful with, you know, learning a couple things, teaching me a couple tricks. But the reality is, Solar is the DunkBot 2.0 AI that we're using. His brain is the AI that's taken us to greatness. And it takes time. You know, creative ideas take time. Will it be worth the time? Maybe not. Let me move this here, move this here. All right, so here we have Matter Eater on a long distance cast. That one may be a little weird for some of you. Maybe saying, what the hell? Why would you put these down here, by the way? Why would you put these aren't needed. I just want to put them somewhere, so I'm just putting them there to take up space. But yeah, Matter Eater is not attached to any projectiles, which may be weird, but by attaching it to no projectiles and only the long distance cast, it now digs infinitely. Whoa, amazing. Amaze. Solar is the lead dev, you're the intern, he has to code clean up after. I mean, there's some truth there. I'm like the project organizer. He's lead dev. How about that? Counts for something, yeah? I'm the idea guy. Exactly. Yeah, I'm more of an idea guy. I'm meant for upper management. That's what I'm trying to say. Not built for the, you know, the actual work. It's not my style. No, I write code all the time. It's just, you know, Solar has to check all code I write because it's usually not code that he likes. He's usually like, what is this garbage? You're the paperweight. Hey, I've written most of the code in DunkBot 2.0. But most of the time it's usually Solar saying, hey, write this, write that, write this, write that. And then, yeah, so I'm like a puppet coder, if anything. And then he complains to me that your code is garbage. It's crazy, like, the levels in programming are insane. Like, there'll be times where I write some code and I'm like, I look at that code and I'm like, I cooked. This is, you know, Solar's gonna see this and be like, man, this is such great code. And then Solar will look at it and in 1 minute he's like, what the fuck? This is shit. And he's like, here's how you should write it. And then when he writes it afterwards, it makes so much sense. It's like, fuck, this makes sense. Why did I think of this? But that's the realm of coding, man. There's levels to this crap. And you just don't realize how shit you are until you run into somebody who's on another level. When does Solar get an orange hoodie? One day, in a DunkBot 2.0 world, there will be more than one of these. And you can bet your ass Solar will have one of them. Which he may then proceed to use as a cat bed for his cats, but still, he will have one.
No way you have written most of the code yet. It's been 6 years, so you've only written about 30% of the total code for DunkBot 2.0.
30%? You're saying it's going to take us another, like, 15 years? Seems Twitch has officially patched out your no mid-roll ads method. They have ads playing above the chat now periodically. Yeah, you talking about like the side banners and all that kind of crap. I think they've had the side banners things for a while now, but they are a bit more...
You've been programming for almost 10 years. The only reason you still know shit about programming is that you refuse to learn.
What?
Instead of copy-paste code, you should learn basics and then try at least understand what you copy-paste.
Sounds like a noob to me. It's like Kuba hasn't written enough code. He's a noob.
When you get to 90%, it'll be 6 more years.
Oh God, don't say that. Damn it, well, I was responding to something, I got distracted. Like Kuba's tiny brain ways. Oh, the banners. Yeah, the banners, I think sometimes we take notice to them because they'll get certain advertising, you know, campaigns that are using the banners a lot more. And so then they're more aggressive with having them pop up on people's stream stuff. But yeah, they've been there a while. At least some of the side banners. There may be a new style of side banner that maybe you're seeing that I have not seen yet. That is possible. Okay. So this stuff is not really stuff I'm interested in. Let's jump back to here. But Mint says, I much prefer the side banner ads instead of the intrusive full screen ads. Yeah, I can get on board with that too. Like, I hate the ones that you just don't know what's happening on stream. That you come back and you're like, there's too much context missing. Then if you go back and watch it in the VOD to understand what you missed, you're missing more. The downfall of the live aspect and putting ads in it. I was unsubscribing some channels and Twitch told me I'll use the benefit of no ads most of the time. That was crazy. Wait, what? I will lose, not use. Oh, my bad. I was unsubscribing some channels and told me that I will lose the benefit of no ads most of the time. That was crazy. Do you mean like the fact that it said most of the time? Yeah, it is on people's, like the streamer has... In the streamer settings, you can choose, there's a little button you can click to say still play ads for subscribers. I don't know of any streamers that do that. I'm sure they exist. I mean, I don't really know a lot of streamers that well, so or in terms of like how they do ad plays and stuff. So maybe that's the thing that happens on Twitch, but I think most people assume if you're subscribed to a channel, that means you get no ads, but you're really at the mercy of the streamer making sure that they leave that setting on. Give me a heart. God damn it. We're just not getting hearts today. Fuck that, I'd unsubscribe if I saw. Yeah. Yep. But there are some weird channels out there with stats that just, to me, don't make any sense. Because you can see how many ads, like, on the stats menu, you can see, like, the average amount of ads played per hour and stuff like that. And there are streamers out there that are playing, like, 20 minutes of ads an hour, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, pretty much like almost half the stream is just ads, and you're like, what is going on? And somehow they'll have like 1 billion viewers and stuff, and you're like, who's watching this? It's just ads. Kids, I guess so. To me, I feel more. I feel more aggressive, like or angered, you know, towards the actual streamer when I see that kind of crap, because if like there's a show on and I like the show back in the day, like, oh, I like watching this show, and then an ad plays, it's annoying in the sense of like, oh, it interrupted your show, but I'm not annoyed at my show. I'm just annoyed at like the network or whatever. Like, ah, damn it, stupid ads. But with Twitch, it's different, because if you're watching a streamer that was just hammering you with ads, they are literally willingly sitting there saying, fuck you, ad, fuck you, ad. It's like they are manually, essentially just, oh, they probably automated it, but still, they're just hitting you with those ads. It's not like something where that's like, oh, you know, we're part of a network, here's the, like, no, they're just shitting on you with ads for fun. Well, for money, obviously, but still, it's annoying. It's much. I get more annoyed because I know it's like that motherfucker I'm looking at right there is hitting me with those ads. Yeah, it exactly, Rusty. It feels personal. Like, you're wasting my goddamn time. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. But
DunkOrSlam, would you pay Twitch the equivalent of your ad revenue per month to remove ads for all viewers?
Yeah, I think it's I don't think it's like as like a generosity thing or anything like that. I think it's a good deal. But Twitch, it wouldn't be a good deal for Twitch. Twitch would be like, yeah, we're losing money. But in terms of, for me, it'd be a good deal. Because imagine, it's like, I don't know, the last month I probably made anywhere between $200 to $300, which is a good chunk of money. But imagine being able to say to everybody, complete ad-free experience, and you only had to pay like maybe $200 or $300 for thousands of people to get a complete ad-free experience. I think the benefits would be you know what I mean, for me would outweigh it, because more people hanging out, more people, you know, more energy in the chat, more good, you know what I mean? It's just a better time for everybody, which then does, you know, makes the community grow more, and then in that case, it's, you know, I gain from that. Wait, did you just see Precursor? Where'd you see that? People would don't owe you that money back. Well, the reality is, people support channels where they're having fun. Not a complex concept, right? Oh, you saw this is what you thought. No, it's Invisibilium. People support channels where they're having fun. Ads are not fun. Ads, in terms of how much they pay the streamer versus, you know what I mean? It's like there's a loss there, because they disrupt the stream so much and they pay out so little that a lot of the time you'd rather be without it. With that said, obviously it's not true if you're a streamer like, I don't know, some of these people have like 100,000 viewers and stuff, maybe on a, because they scale it up. But in terms to an individual, a one-on-one, a person watches this ad and the streamer gets like, I don't know, a couple pennies or some shit. Was their enjoyment worth a couple pennies? Probably not, because you've made them have a worse experience in your channel. With that said, obviously I don't have any creative idea for how, you know, Twitch could eventually do away with ads. I feel like one day, my fear, we've talked about this many times, is like it's going to be like a monkey paw kind of thing where you're like, I wish that Twitch could be ad free, and it's like, well, in that case you may have found something way worse. Maybe ads will be the better form of advertisement. Maybe the future advertisement is going to be way more intrusive. I don't know.
In my country we have little to none ads. But yesterday I saw on Twitch the greatest way to display ads without bothering anyone. Videos displayed above chat in small window without sound. I don't know if it was Twitch doing or my ad block.
Well, somebody said something about a thing above their window right now. They were just talking about it. They may be saying the same thing that you're bringing up now. I haven't seen that one specifically. I see like the side banners to like the left or the right. I can't remember where it was I last saw it. But that may have been on mobile. I've also seen ads where the stream itself is made smaller with an ad playing next to it. Yeah, the picture-in-picture kind of thing. I have seen that one, but I think they're talking about a totally separate bar like above the stream. I haven't seen that one, if that is what it is. Anyways, my hopes for Twitch was that one day we can have some options for less intrusive ways of, obviously, you know, Twitch, you gotta make money, but maybe not so annoying way for them to make money. Oh boy, hold on, is this scary? Should I be afraid? I feel afraid. There's some fucking wands right there that could be trouble. Oh shit! We're gonna grab that. Oh no! Oh no! He had a modifier there. This could be a problem. Luckily, I'm explosion immune. I'm explosion immune, making me safe, but he hit me with a, like this, the personal fireball thrower. He hit my character with that, meaning I am in a little bit of danger. So what I'll do here, just to be careful, to make sure I got nothing to be afraid of, I'm gonna stand here for a moment. I'm gonna sit in the water. The fire burning is our main problem right now. So he hit me with the personal fireball thrower. It's shooting out fireballs. I wait in the water, and we just gotta, eventually the effect does expire. No, this isn't my life now. It does have a timer, but it is pretty long, as you can tell now. The fish are like, get out of the water. The fish are like, what the shit? Sorry, fish. Would cessation make it end immediately? I don't think so, because usually they get resets those kind. I don't know, actually. It may end up resetting it. It may get rid of it. I have no idea. I am not sure. Okay, that's one of the banned modifiers that we're not allowed to use today. We could use this one, but that's pretty laggy and everything. What else we got going on here? This is a damage modifier. Some luminous drills. Alright, well, we're still alive. That's good. That's nice. Definitely gonna go with the melee immunity, though unlimited spells would be nice as well, but gotta prioritize the melee immunity. Could be worse? What do you mean could be worse? Oh, is this the... Oh, I remember this moment. This one stuck with... This is during an event run, if I remember correctly. Oh my god. Look at my HP, by the way. Over 4,000 HP. Oh my god. I can live this. I can survive this. That's fucked up, though. Oh, I just grabbed repelling. I can't get ambrosia on me. I can't get ambrosia on me. Because the repelling that I just grabbed. That's so fucked. Oh. Things will not stop fucking going after me. I'm not moving. Things are hitting me. Oh, that one broke my heart. That one broke my heart. Look how young he looked. What? I look the same. What are you talking about? I mean, my hair is a bit different, but, you know, it's the same. That one, in case you're curious what was happening in that one, it's the same thing.
You look so young and thin and full of life in that clip from 20 years ago.
20? Okay. That is the same thing that just happened to us right now, except instead of the personal fireball thrower, which was happening to us at this moment, it was the personal lightning caster. That one was rough. Yeah, that's... Yep.
It is only human to commit a sin.
This is kind of ballsy on my part. Is this far enough over? It is. You know what? Since we have access to this zone already, we might as well grab up a healer real quick. One healer, please.
Wow, Dunk, is that the same wig you're wearing now decades later? You should upgrade, since back then it looked okay and now just looks like a washed out rat's nest highlighting your baldness.
Haters, man. Which dev came up with the personal lightning thrower shit? What a sadistic motherfucker. Yeah, the personal ones have been around for a while. Thank God he shaved. Yes, the creeper stash is gone. All right. It's gone. All right, you will stop having nightmares. I'm trying to remember how long they've been around. Honestly, I don't remember if they've always been there or was it added later. I mean, they've been there a long time. I remember that, but I don't remember if it was a day one modifier. Long distance cast does not consume the Matter Eater because it's a utility spell.
I despise ads. The model should be that the creators pay an upfront fee to stream, upload. This massively reduces the slog of irrelevant streams the platform has to serve, and removes the need for ads, and encourages investment in better content.
You were saying creators should pay up front. Basically, you would just be fucking over all small creators. You would just fucking shit on them. Now, people who are already making money, they'd be fine with it, right? Because there are a lot of really wealthy streamers out there. But for small creators, they would be screwed. Dunk specifically should pay for it. No, I pay for all content creators? Hold up now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that guy stuck? Oh, wow, it's perfect. Hopefully he stays stuck. Have a little healer zone. I don't think it's so bad to have creators can pay out of their own revenue if needed to disable ads. Should be. Now that would be sick. Now that would be nice. That would be perfect. But the one that Tito's talking about is something that I've seen discussed many times. It's like a platform for creators. Now creators will have to pay, you know, a fee ahead of time to stream. And it's like, wait, what? The whole point of like creators and why why attempting to become a creator is you know, allure, it has an allure to it, is because you are starting from nothing I mean, you gain, it's like a hobby, right? You're not day one like, I'm a professional content creator. You're like, hey, I enjoy this thing. I wonder if other people would enjoy it as well, or whatever, you know? And so you have to feel things out. Not everybody has like a game plan day one.
Sorry, chatters, but if you can't pay like $2 minus 5 per month to stream, then you probably have bigger problems. As it stands now, millions of viewers watch ads to support infra for tens of thousands of streams that nobody will ever watch. It's just wasteful.
I mean, you're saying $2 to $5 a month to stream on Twitch? I feel like they would make it more expensive, but I don't know. Like you said, it's up front. I like the idea that it costs something that costs nothing, and you're going on to a platform to share maybe like a experience.
Around this fucking house like a goddamn dump truck.
And sometimes people end up enjoying that experience, and sometimes people don't, and then the creator just disappears. Yeah, I was thinking like Handico, yeah, no shot it'd be $5 a month. I think they're saying that at the beginning, I'm assuming it would scale up with the creator kind of thing, I think is what Tito was proposing. So we lost our worm blood effect, which kind of sucks. Actually, it really sucks because we know that there's a wand in here that's kind of scary. Is that the wand? Yes, it is. Yeah, see the personal fireball thrower? That's what got me. That's what got me. Where are we going? Over here because I wanted to see if I could get a heart mage set up so that I could pump up my HP very early in the run. It'd be nice. Dude, I need this worm blood because I just... It's too scary, man. I'm scared of the dark in Noita, as you should be too. What's the worst meal you've ever had while eating out? The worst meal I ever had. Huh. Well, I don't want to jinx myself. I've never gotten food poisoning, so I feel like most people, whenever they have like a worst meal thing, it's usually because they ended up with like food poisoning or some shit. So I don't have a story like that. That's an insane status, by the way. Never having food poisoning. I think most people haven't gotten food poisoning, right? You gotta have an HEB near where you live. What's it like? I like HEB a lot. I mean, it's just it's a good grocery store. I don't think anybody's gonna, you know, have their mind blown by it. But I think most people would say, yeah, I like shopping there. It's nice. It's just like a solid tier caliber store, and they have their own brand of stuff, just like many, you know, stores, but their own brand is pretty damn good with a lot of stuff. Because sometimes you get like the store brand alternatives, which are usually like the cheapest, but usually lowest quality, but HEB stuff is pretty damn good. Is food poisoning a more serious condition than shitting/vomiting yourself? Yeah, usually food poisoning... Obviously, some people eat something that upsets their stomach. That doesn't qualify as like food poisoning. You're not just like, oh, you know, you had Taco Bell and because you shit yourself afterwards that you had food poisoning. Food poisoning is usually going to be something that's going to take days to recover from. And yeah, it's usually both shitting yourself and throwing up. You are sick, essentially. I've never gotten that status. I've been lucky. I was once down with the flu like a week during my vacation in Japan. Finally felt better, so I went to the local ramen at like 1 a.m. and ended up getting food poisoning, so felt like shit for like 2 more days. Oh my god, that is so unlucky. The getting sick while traveling is not the most surprising because, you know, it's like odds are not in your favor when you're traveling around all these people, but then to immediately get food poisoning afterwards, right after the sickness, that is quite unlucky. Okay, what the hell, man? I feel like part of this zone is unexplored, and I'm not finding... Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. I don't know where... I killed a worm. There was worm blood everywhere. I'm also not finding that. Very frustrating. But I think at this point... Oh, there it is, finally. Looking everywhere for this worm blood. Is Twitch's revenue model similar to a gacha game? The whales bring in the most of the revenue? I actually don't know very well. I mean, like, I would think that from what I see, But a lot of people say that they make a shit ton off of their ads and stuff. Because I remember in the past we discussed, I was saying, damn, I wish they could do some things where, like, if Twitch, if a streamer had over a certain ratio of subs to like average viewership, that maybe the channel would just become ad free if the streamer chose for it to be that way. So then, you know, we would be encouraged, you know, to be like, oh, we hit this amount, now no ads for anybody, not just the people with subs, but nobody. But then somebody in the chat, I remember, was like, they linked something showing, or at least like it was, you know, it wasn't anything definitive, but it was like basically people showing the advertising revenue with certain viewership numbers compared to how much sub revenue. So like on smaller streamers, yes, Twitch tends to be more earning more off of like if there's whales, especially if you're, you know, some of these hot tub streamers out there, their viewership to subs ratio is kind of insane. But these are like anomalies. These are kind of the not the standard on Twitch. And for those, they were saying like advertisers, I don't know, it was this whole rabbit hole. I was surprised. I don't know how accurate all the numbers were, but I was thinking like, yeah, I thought for sure Twitch was making their money, their bread off of you know, whales on Twitch, but apparently ad revenue is a big deal. It also makes sense though, because they do try to really push streamers to play more ads. Like they are very adamant about it. I'd say the last maybe year to two, they've been less aggressive. But in the past, I used to get them all the time, these little things of like, join they have like some kind of ad partner program they used to do, and they would just constantly like hound me with that. And there was a certain point where they were actually paying out the ad money before you even like, normally you would think, oh, you stream for a month, at the end of the month, here's how much you made. It was not that way. It was like, hey, if they ran the numbers. They say for this next month, if you play this many ads, blah, 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 we will give you this amount at the end of the month, regardless of how many people viewed you that month. And a lot of creators were jumping into it and spamming ads and all that kind of stuff, because you did have to play a lot of ads. But I remember there was like, it was probably a couple years ago now, where people were just constantly getting hounded with ads, and a lot of people were more worked up about Twitch being a negative experience because of how many ads were being played. These days, I feel like I haven't heard people complain as much. Maybe people have just gotten used to ads. But it also, I think it's because the Twitch has been less aggressive towards their creators and to spam ads. Is that ghost guy a friend? This guy? No. I mean, he doesn't attack. Like I can just like hug him. But the idea is whenever you hit him, he reflects the shots back at you. So the main way you kill him is by hitting him with a big damage shot. But since we're not allowed to use damage modifiers today, and I don't have a tablet on me right now, kind of don't have a great way to kill him. Low damage spam wands are what he kills players for using, because his damage is not low damage. Those shots that fly back at you are dangerous. Kill him with the book and the spot above. I didn't even think about it. Wait, it's the music note. Is there also, okay, yeah, we can use that book. That'll work. I was like, is there even a book with it? I couldn't remember. I remember the note. Let's place the pheromone down for a moment. Okay, there's two of them. Okay. Hey. Good idea. I was sitting there thinking, man, these guys are annoying, and then Cat always has an idea, don't they? Whoop. There we go. Get my pheromone back. Hey, take the note. Don't leave the note. Shouldn't need it. Honestly, I'm disappointed we didn't get a heart mage, but they, you know, it happens. There's no heart mages. Happens quite often. I feel like I've just been on a lucky streak where every time I go in here lately, there's been heart mages. So my luck was bound to run out. Just gonna grab this heart then, no heart mage trick, and we're just at 220 HP. I have ambrosia now. I guess we can just do this. So I haven't taken the first perk. Oh yeah, we'll backtrack to it. It's because the teleports. Not having teleports, I tend to wander around in such an inefficient way that when you don't have teleports, it feels so slow the way I move around. It's already slow, but slow squared, I guess. Ultra Omega slow. Gold. We're heading down to the bottom right, where there should be an anvil, and there's another broken wand near the entrance area. I'm gonna have to grab that too in a bit. There's a healer nearby. Hello, healer nearby. Can you heal me up? Nope, you're running to death. Okay, you're trying to get yourself killed. I see. I see how it is. Hey. What is he doing? Freaking out. Oh, double healers. There's the other one. Yeah, he's being a classic healer, trying to get himself killed. Alright, broken wand. In you go. Ow, as I shot myself with the saw blade. Nice setup. I was kind of holding on to these to kill the Alchemist. I should have put a couple of them up. Go ahead and just leave it here for now. For now. And then we jump into the mountain. Swap out this stuff. There we go. Should be a pretty good upgrade for us. Anything great? Oh, that's a damage modifier. Not allowed to have that. For today's challenge, we're saying that the Hungry Ghost is kind of banned since he is like a bit of a... Yeah, he like gives a flat damage boost when he eats projectiles. So we're going into the jungle. The jungle will definitely give us some good stuff. And it'll probably give us some hearts so that we're no longer just limping along. Is speed-based damage, bouncing bursts allowed? Yes, it's just the problem is a lot of the speed-based damage builds needs damage modifiers to amplify. Oh my god! Get out of here. He almost got us. Yeah, that was definitely a scream moment. Oh my god, that guy just shot off some more scary stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of danger going on. A little bit of danger. Weeb, shut your mouth! 3 plants, all just chilling. Weebs are being obnoxious. I'm a simple man. I see the tentacle and I goo. What the fuck? What?
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more.
We have melee immunity, so the dragon isn't that scary as long as I don't take a barrage of attacks from him. Yo. The stream wouldn't be a dunk stream without a weeb flare-up. It's a bad case of weebdom. God damn it, these weebs. One day we'll get a fumigator to come out and take care of them. Get an exterminator. You know what? Let's make this our digging wand now, since we pretty much have infinite. Test this out. Alright, our digging is just fine. We have the heal here. Alright, we keep moving forward. Why boomerang? Because boomerang can be super useful if we end up finding heals later. Be quite nice. We're gonna roll this. We already have explosion immunities. Faster projectiles. We roll again. Shit. You're getting screwed right now. Read me, I need Noita help. What's up, Torikoishi? What's going on? Do you have any tips on placing the statue to kill Steve at the perk altar? I swear it takes 10 attempts to get a good placement. I don't know why. Sometimes, like, whenever I'm doing it, I feel like I'm like, oh yeah, I've mastered it. And there's other days like today where I'm just kicking it back and forth over and over. I feel like I tend to aim kind of up when I do it. Because there's... Oh, let me... Well, I want to show you, but then there's going to be a Steve in the way. We may have to kill him first. Do a bit of murder. Ooh. Interesting stuff we have here. Alright, get over here, Steve. Get over here. So, like, whenever I'm moving the statue over there, first, you know, I keep my cursor low to kick it closer that way, obviously. And then here, sometimes I just like will point it up, hoping that it just like ricochets off stuff. I don't always have like a master plan, but then once I start to get it a little bit up there, I'll tend to nudge it, hoping that I get the, yeah, see, this one didn't even go well. I just tend to kick it up, because if it, yeah, see that, it just bounces. Sometimes if you arc it too much, like if you're trying to be like, oh, I want to do this, you'll end up just kicking it back and forth. I find that like aiming for like the ceiling and stuff, so it just bounces off things, ends up having better results than just like what, I don't know. I feel like it just seems normal to be like, ooh, I want to arc it right around here, but that's where you end up in that loop where it just goes back and forth, back and forth. Again, I'm not a master of it. I kind of just kick it around until it works. Chase rarely has a master plan, but when he does, he makes DunkBot 2.0. I don't know what Meeks was trying to say there, but of course I have a master plan. Of course. I always kick it to the ceiling. Yeah, is that the one you like too, Mint? Just to smack it into the ceiling and it'll fall down. Works pretty well.
DunkOrSlam, what would you like chat to get you for your birthday this year, X?
That is chunk of slam to you, or chunk of ham. For my birthday? For my birthday? My birthday's a ways away. For my birthday this year, I want you guys to get me I want you to enjoy yourselves on DunkBot 2.0. That's what I want this year for my birthday. Nope. Chat? No, what do you mean no? You can't say no. What? It's a what? Nope. No. Nope. That's rude. Yes! Nope. Some Rogaine? Shut your mouth. Sorry, time traveled. It is beyond us, I feel. What? No. Fake time traveler. Don't believe it. Getting kind of desperate here for some good stuff. Who knew that taking these damage modifiers away from me was going to make me feel so weak? I feel so puny. It's also mainly the fact that I haven't gotten teleports that is making my run feel pretty damn weak. Oh, there is something dangerous out there. There is something very dangerous. It's right there. Put that in the ceiling. Okay, that's not the ceiling. There you go. Ooh. Woohoo. I like that. Wait. Fuck. We can't use Bloodlust because it's a damage modifier. How are we going to make that heal us? I mean, we could give it to enemies, I guess. Just Ambrosia up. We get Piercing, but that one may take a little bit. Piercing modifies damage. Yeah, we decided that I do declare that minus damage was allowed. So that divide bys and piercing could be used if we chose to. Not that we have to. But only things that did plus damage.
You guys can see
so concentrated spells plus boomerang plus hungry ghost is still out. No, we're not allowing those. And eat your vegetables. We're just not using those out of They're not modifiers, but we just figured for the challenge today we wouldn't use it. So if you're curious, this boomerang right here, not going to help our problem. Oops. Okay, how is this? Is it really boomerang that badly? Huh. Anyways, it's not going to be able to heal me anyways. I'm just... Yeah, so there you go. I think I shot it multiple times in a row once. I guess the way you would really do it if you were determined to make it hit your character, not that it will heal me, but it will at least do a better job at getting close to me. That. Boom. So, it naturally does not harm the player. What that means is we need to find something to make it hurt us so that it can then heal us. We don't really have anything like that right now. But, till then... you know what? I'll take one of these, put it there. That's probably the best way to do it. We go find a bad guy. And I'm going to put this up, too. Lumi can't do that? No, Lumi doesn't hurt the player. We need, like, a modifier to make it eligible to hurt the player, which there are not many. Alright, so here's our bad guy. And we're going to say, bad guy, I have a gift for you. He caught it. He needs to hit us. Kind of sucks. Oh, God. No, you're on... You had one job. The moment you give him a healing wand, he turns into a healer. He just fucking dies. Alright, this could work. This could work. Let's see. Alright, what do you think about that, little fella? Okay, you're taking the weirdest route, but that's fine. I think you'll still probably grab it. Okay, he went right over it. Maybe he'll come over here. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. No, you're shooting the wall. That's a wall. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Oh! Let's see if he can play. He can catch. Catch! These hands! Alright, alright. He can do this. Gotta believe in him. Catch! No! You die for this! You die for your terrible hands! He deserved it. It's because this biome, though, is a bit rough, because it is all bumpy all over the place. So let's head over to a much more reliable place to do this. They're trying to become a dim boys wide receiver with all those drops and misses. Don't act like the Cowboys haven't had some of the goats. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be perfect. Aha! It was the perfect plan. Hi, Dunk. Your content got me interested in trying Noita myself. Got any tips for dealing with mechanical enemies? All the wand builds I've tried so far don't seem to do much, if any, damage to them. And that is that Pangs? Pangs. Thank you, Pang, or Pengez? Maybe it's Pengez. Pengez, thank you for the kind words. Sorry for butchering the name. Please forgive me. I suck, I know. Mechanical enemies, they can be some of your beefier enemies in the game. And things like freeze do not work on them. So, you know, don't try anything that's about like freezing them and stuff like that. It's not going to be good. But electrical stuff actually does great against them. So if you're ever running any kind of electric modifiers, it'll actually stun them and it does good damage. But if you just have decent damage overall, I mean that's really the best solution. See, there's a mechanical enemy and I just kind of spray the damage that I have. I don't have any modifiers on this. I'm just simply shooting out damage as quick as possible because basic projectile damage does do a pretty decent job against them. Concentrated mana? Yeah, you can melt them with concentrated mana, though I wouldn't suggest for a new guy to run around spraying concentrated mana on them because you may go crazy. I actually may have to turn this into a our Telly wand to get around, which would kind of suck. But just wait and see, I guess. Shoot that up there. How is this his first message? I don't know. I guess whenever he had a watch streak, and watch streaks don't count, I guess, in Twitch terms as an actual message. So his first one became thanks. Yeah, you know, the Noita community, our community too, is always excited to see some new blood. You know, it's the Noita. Even though Noita's been around for, you know, like 6 years now, 6 years plus. It's still a game that a ton of people don't know about, so it's always exciting to see some new guys stopping by the community. Also, keep in mind, there's lots of stuff to discover in Noita, not just saying on your own, but as a community, there's still new things that people discover and strategies to be discussed. So don't go thinking that this is one of those games that has been solved and there's nothing to really discuss because everybody already knows the answers. That's not the case here. There's always more to find out in Noita. There's always new stuff to try. Baltaz, what's up, man? I didn't know you were still streaming these days. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Haven't seen that name in a hot minute. The broken wand. What are we getting? You can kill the pyramid boss, try to get the Nala, then do long distance tele plus Nala. Yeah, I think that's a great suggestion. I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. Wait, yeah, we still have the distance thing, so maybe we luck our way into a Nala. Does Nala counteract the return cooldown? Yes, it makes it into kind of like a shitty teleport, which is it's still not great, but at least you can use it as a teleport. Better than nothing. I'm gonna put this here for now. We are still missing some good stuff, though. There was one more broken wand. That's what I'm looking for at the moment. Oh yeah, one more thing to that new guy out there. It may seem like you're like, hey, I need to find a way to deal with these like robot enemies. When the reality is, if you just like learn how to amplify the damage with the spells that you have, if you learn how to amplify damage, it usually takes care of all enemies. You don't need to like specialize a wand for each enemy group. Like as you can see right now, I'm just kind of using this wand, this damage wand for everything. Every enemy I come up on, I'm not like, oh, that's a robot, I need to swap. No, it's just like, this is my damage wand. Now, as a run goes on, you like to diversify your damage. You like to have a damage build that can do multiple damage types. That way you don't need to be switching wands at all. But especially in the early game, you really just need, you know, good projectile damage will take care of, you know, 90% of the early game for you. Damn it. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to dig my way over to the spell shop, which I guess I never checked for some reason. You're curious why I reset my wand like this? Because I have a speed up at the front of the wand. So like, let's say I shoot and the very first shot uses speed up and then this black hole with trigger, which is kind of expensive, 200 mana plus the 3 here. So the point is, this wand doesn't have enough mana to fire everything on it in one shot. So what happens is it'll fire off like one of them, but then it runs out of mana, so it stops here. Then when I get enough mana, it will pick up here. So watch this. I shoot once. Got some decent speed. I shoot again. Okay, actually that one did a pretty good job. Oh no, it's doing it. Oh shit, are we using up all of our charges? I guess because we're firing it so slow, it is resetting. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to pick up where it left off. Hold on. It actually is doing speed on each one. It is applying it each time. Usually it picks up where it left off, but I guess because they're all timers in a row, everything is in one shot. But even then, I think it still should pick up here. Give me one moment. Let me see. I want to test something real quick. You're triggering the wand refresh? I don't think so. It shouldn't have been. Because of the mana? Yeah, but usually mana will pick... If you run out of mana, it usually will pick up where it leaves off. But maybe it's because it's regenerating too slowly that it resets. Let me try this here. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, it really is. Oh wait, no, hold on. It has enough mana to put that in there. Let me refresh this. It doesn't matter. We have extra refreshes. Okay, so let's put this after a couple. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I guess it was because we had them all just chained in a row, and it wasn't a. It was. Hold on. Yeah, okay, well, as long as we don't disrupt the chain, I guess, as long as we don't have any other projectiles in there, I don't need to be resetting it. But normally, most of the time, you're going to need to reset your wand. In this case, that's why apparently this projectile was enough to cause it to have to reset. The general idea is, anytime you have modifiers on the front of a wand...
What was the longest run you had in Noita?
Longest run? I have to think on that one for a second. The general rule in Noita is if you have a modifier and lots of projectiles and you want that modifier to apply to all of them, you will fire your wand and then swap away, swap back, and fire your wand. This will make it so that it always resets back to the beginning and will always reset the speed up. Apparently, as long as you have everything chaining just like this, apparently you don't have to worry about that detail, but normally you'll have stuff disrupting it. Normally you're not doing it with a chain of black hole timers. Usually you're doing it with something like this and you have to reset all the time, but... it would especially be important in a wand like this, because this one can be, if it was all black holes, but black hole timers, kind of an exception to that rule, I guess. The black hole with death trigger starts drawing, but it keeps failing due to enough mana. It discards the rest of the wand, and the wand refreshes, is what I think happens. I could have swore, though, whenever you have triggers and timers and stuff, but it may be because... I'm thinking of like it hitting to this point, which is not a trigger or a timer, and so maybe it does like in there and pick up. But since every single one of this in this current shot, or at least after if I move that one, every single one, it does allow it to reset each time. It's so situational. I doubt you would really give a shit anyways. The general rule is you just tend to reset each time. Or something else I was wanting to do here. I don't know. Let's go grab the free stuff. Oh, the longest run, the schlongest run. Probably my 100% run. We have the entire run on YouTube. The thing is, though, and why I'm sitting here thinking about it, because most people are probably like, that has to be the longest run, is part of what made it so long. Oh, we never checked the right side to see if it had... Whoops. Check afterwards. Part of the reason it was my longest stream ever was because I actually failed about 17 hours in. We had a mishap happen in the game. It was pretty bullshit. You could debate that maybe it's a glitch or a bug. That's a discussion for another time. But anyways, that stream ended up going for over 50 hours. But I did at one point sleep on the floor and chat stared at me creepily like some creepers. But basically, even then, though, if you remove the 17 hours, apply it to the next run, I'm still thinking that run ends up being like in the 20s, probably let's just say 22 hours or something. No, it would be a lot more than that, wouldn't it? I don't know. It's in the 20s, and I did a run where basically I had to get 100%, 100%, 100%, starting at 0%, 100% all of them. And we did it for an event stream, probably my longest single Noita run of all time. And yeah, if you're interested in watching it, if you want to watch the entire stream, he's linking, he says, here's part 1 of 4. Yes, the 100% progress run. Essentially, if you go to, let's see, if I go to Dunk or Trash, the Trash channel, this was the entire event posted. So, you know, a lot of long runs. So this isn't one single run. This is the one single event. But still, that single event also contains my longest run. What was the bug you said? Basically, picture this. The fishbone wand will spawn in on the altar where, you know, wherever you turn in the, God damn it, my brain. Wait, it's with the fish. The fish. It's the fish. Wait, I was thinking, what do I turn in to get the fishbone one? When the fish hits the altar, it spawns the fishbone wand. That fishbone wand spawns on the exact position that if you have the salt in your inventory, when you walk up to this spot, it'll say press E to pick up the wand, but also below it, you'll press E and you get a win. So like naturally you see a wand, you go to pick it up. The moment you have pressed this, your fate is sealed. And maybe you could do some kind of Alt F4 out or some shit. But whenever you pick up this wand, it will both pick up the wand and lock in the win at the same time. Some people say skill issue, whatever, but it was quite bullshit. So I polymorphed so I could get double fish bones. It was a skill issue. I did the exact same shit. Wait. Well, here's what really sucks, Aureus, is that I had actually made that mistake in the past. Probably like a year prior, I had made that mistake before. And it's just one of those things you just don't think about, right? It happened a year in the past. It was like, oh, it completely slipped my mind. Made the same mistake a year later, costing me 17 hours. I was very sad. That's a skill issue then. I mean, it's bullshit though. It's because in your head you see a wand, you're like, oh, let me get that wand. But you're like, is that wand sitting in a spot where you can potentially lock in a win? And if it is, do you have a Sampo in your inventory? Because if you do, it's going to pick up the wand and lock in the run's going to end. It's just like, what? But with that said, I did restart. So essentially, I restarted a run, even though I didn't die. I didn't lose the run. We lost the challenge, but I didn't lose the run. Why'd you have the Sampo early? Because I was afraid of Kolmi corrupting, because it was going to be a really long run, because I knew I was going to have to get 100%. And Kolmi is one of the kind of hot spots in Noita, if you're doing a really long run, that can corrupt. Like, you'll basically, you'll finish like a long run doing all kinds of goofy shit. Then you walk over to Kolmi and there'll just be a huge gap there. And there'll be no salt, no Kolmi, no nothing. And it's like, oh, the corrupted. And so it deleted Kolmi. So I wanted to make sure that was not a possibility. And it screwed me. Alright, Sea of Mimicium, which means it mimics all liquids so that we have 100% of everything that we want. I don't really want the pheromone that badly, but whatever. And I'll even just leave the Mimicium here. Time for the slow walk to the desert. He did restart. Giga Chad moved, therefore his 98.5% run is untainted. 100% at the time. It's just 100% outdated.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched.
Alright, Pyramid Boss. Hey boss, I'm gonna need to murder you a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny amount of murder. We're hoping he drops a Nala. If he drops a Nala, this will be exciting for us because it's like, thank God we don't have to walk with the slowest teleports ever, or no teleports that is. And then while he's dying, I'm going to glance to see if there is any heart mages maybe around here. Any heart mages? Maybe lost? No. We got it. We got the Nala. There still could be a heart mage down there. I didn't really check that far. I just kind of did a quick glance. Okay. I'll take this. Why am I not able to grab that? Okay, we don't have the room for it. That's fine. I guess since we're all the way out here, should we just grab at least a couple of the... Maybe. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I mean, the walk is so massive. No, let's get the tele wand going. The walk is too slow. Finally. All right. And I left the return spells right there. Awesome. We had a better wand for this. This may take a moment to build out for me, but we're going to swap wands in a moment. We're just going to use this for a second until we go grab that. Oops. Go grab the other wand that was better. In fact, I can grab my refresh, I think, now. Nope, never mind. Bloop, 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 bloop. This one, I think, is going to be our tele wand. So, put that up, I guess. Toss these on the ground. Here. In fact, we put down this and a Lumi drill. How are we looking? Are we too fast there? This is not necessary. Oh no, that is necessary. This is not necessary. I'll actually swap that. How do we feel about this? Yeah. That should do. Let's do a reroll here. Extra life. I definitely want that today. And what else do we want to grab? Or do we want to build? Is the Lumi drill just for the recharge time reduction? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, kind of. I'm wanting to double cast the add mana because our setup is not very cheap. I was trying to cast it twice here, and it just was the perfect one. If I wanted to get rid of the recharge issues, this one's already removes 0.08. This one actually removes 0.25, so you could even do something with that, but instead we just wrap it. It gets the job done. Alright, so that one had missiles. What else were our options here? I'm trying to decide on something to run as our Alchemist killer. We've definitely had past many Alchemist killers, but I'm thinking, you know, our classic, just run some kind of big explosion, and then that should be good enough. I'll also take this. Keep going back and forth, but this time I'm just gonna head all the way down to the bottom. Surely we'll find a wand here. Anything interesting? Not really. Oh shit! Oh shit! That is not good. I mean, there's good wands, but I'm looking for good spells, not so much good wands. Oh no. That, anything of interest? Oh, Big Steve. I forgot that it was Big Steve o'clock. You know what they say? The dice is nice and the best is blessed. Easy choice. Easy choice. Well, Personal Lightning Caster completely demolishes the Alchemist, so we could just use that, I guess. Stealing. Don't mind me just committing a little theft. There you go. Burp. And you guys are ready for the shop, you say? Hold on, let me do a little bit more theft first. I'm busy being a thief. There you go. Nice. Then we can put down a triple. The Dean Blast. Now this digs better, even though we don't have a trigger yet, but alright, so now we're about to have infinite black holes once I go kill the Alchemist with this super simple setup. That'll be no problem. We could have killed him. We've had like so many things to kill him. It's just by the time I got ready to kill him, I had, you know, placed them all on the ground and kind of forgot about him. Also, we probably should kill the Master of Masters so that we can get the edit stone, because so far Tinker hasn't shown up, and I've actually used a lot of my rerolls So that kind of sucks. So maybe we just kill him with Circle of Acid. Once we kill the Alchemist, though. Need to kill the Alchemist first, so that we have infinite black holes, so that we get there pretty smoothly. Alright, now I can do the shop comfortably. Actually, wait. This kills the Master of Masters and the Alchemist really easily, doesn't it? How long will this run take? It really depends on how many coin flips the chat wins. I'm mainly doing preparation because I don't know how, like, what if I end up having to go to new game plus, you know what I mean? I need to be able to adapt. So the run's been all about prepping for that. My HP has not been in a place that I've been very happy with, actually. I'm like, clearly not new game plus worthy HP. Vladimir had an interesting question. What's Vladimir's interesting question? Let me get lined up with the hut right here in the background. Line up with the hut, and it means that you'll be over the boss. What's a Noita moment where chat spammed rigged emoji and you actually acknowledge that the situation was so ridiculous that you understand them? Rigged? In my Noita? Noita is a fair and balanced game. Let me think for a moment. We'll apply the... What we did is we just applied the personal lightning caster to the Alchemist. And we're just letting it just blow up. Boom, 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 boom. And we're just waiting for him to slowly die. Then once he dies from that, we will steal all of his goods. My favorite letter spell? Alpha, Gamma, and Tau are all pretty awesome. Because they make it, they're just so simple to use, and they're just nice. Omega, though, is that one spell that you can just do insane stuff with. Opens up some huge possibilities. So, I don't know. You know me. I'm a simple nerd, simple Noita gamer. Probably just like Alpha or Gamma, keeping it real simple. Oh, the old reroll stuck at this. We will. Oh hell no, Chad! Don't even think. No, get it. Don't look at it. Don't close your eyes. You didn't see anything.
Do it.
No way. No way. Oh yeah, I forgot to move all of these.
Do it.
Gamma, cast a copy of the last spell on your wand. Put black hole in the last spot. Wow, it's working. That would have had to have been a ridiculous, ridiculously difficult TI run, say 10 to 15, and you get Telejuice plus Bolt, Saving Grace, Extra Life, and Black Holes. That seems a little rigged. That would be the rigged moment. I mean, I don't know if rigged though. That's like kind of unfair, right? It's more like, you know, slightly lucky for me, not rigged. Just skill, really.
Every time Dunk blocks in a 13 to 37 baby range in TI, you can see by his embarrassed face and pitiful excuses that even he knows he's rigging it.
Not embarrassed. It's a respectable range. Anything interesting there? Nah, I think we're good. Here, not so great. Run over here. Just getting everything ready for the new game plus craziness. Have you milked the meat boss yet? Thank you for the reminder there, Evil Moo. You're a hero. I would have sucked remembering that while having to travel through the new game pluses.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched.
Oh, shit. I was off a little bit on that one. That's my bad. It's chat's fault. There we go. Alright. Oh, shit. He's right. He's just waiting right there. He is just waiting. Alright, so what we would like to do is we want to apply the personal lightning caster again. It's on me for now, just to make sure I don't mess something up here. You never know, you may... There we go, I didn't hit anything wrong. Alright, we don't even... oh, you gave me the twitchy effect. So whenever you apply that to him, the personal lightning caster, what starts first is it's killing all the orbs around him. Once the orbs around him that you have to kill die, not the red ones don't ever die, then it kills the main dude. You don't need the ambrosia on you. I had that for just extra insurance.
Any SPEENING enthusiasts?
And then we want to kill him because he drops a stone, and the stone allows us to edit wherever we are at. So now we are looking good. Then we also want we're going to need these today. The add trigger and timer and whatever else. We do not need the circle of acid. Let me put some stuff here for the... Hold on. Just drag these, I guess. Alright. And then we can pick up all the stuff here. Perfect. We're going to grab one more orb to get to New Game Plus, but I'll go ahead and fight Kolmi now, just because I want to have to come back to this spot. What the hell is happening right now?
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh shit. A little careful. Be a little careful. I messed around a bit. Yeah, my damage is kind of terrible right now. Take care of that in a little while.
See this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
We're getting there. Oh shit, hide from the repel. Oh shit. Come on, I keep timing a little bit off. Definitely gonna have to make some upgrades, but the reason it's so weak right now is our upgrades are gonna come from the fungal zone, or the overgrown caverns. That'll be where we boost our damage. Woo! Long fight. Long fight when you don't have any damage modifiers because you're not allowed to use them in your run. And I also haven't upgraded my my damage wand capacity. It's pretty small right now. So to do that, we need to start heading up, and we're probably going to go to the tower area. Modifier that reduces damage are allowed. Yes, minus damage we end up saying is going to be okay. It's just we can't add damage through directly. Can't just be like plus 10 damage, but you could, you know, add a modifier that adds a cool effect that then later does damage. That's allowed. That's fair game. But you can also increase the speed of bounce. No, you can increase the bouncing burst. That's allowed, that because it's a speed modifier, not necessarily direct damage. But the problem is without the damage modifiers, increasing the speed of like a bouncing burst is really not going to be that great. Like if you add a lot of speed, you can do okay, but nothing that's going to be worth the effort, I don't think. Damage modifiers are great to combine with the acceleration. We'll be missing the damage. Hey, Dunk, do you know when the variety vote will be tomorrow? Oh, yeah! I'm glad you brought that up. In fact, I don't know if... Okay, mine's I probably went to bed. He didn't bring it up either. He must have forgot. We both did. I was thinking of doing some kind of suggestion day today to suggest games, but we'll start stream tomorrow with it, okay? The start of stream tomorrow will be get game suggestions from you guys. Then after like probably 20 minutes of suggestions and see who has the most popular, maybe 10 minutes of suggestions. The top 20 most suggested will go into a poll, and then that will be a 24-hour vote that I'll post the link for. So if you stop by stream tomorrow, you'll see a link probably spammed in the chat every once in a while, or me bringing it up. And then you'll also see it posted in the Discord because it'll be a 24-hour vote. No, it won't be a week long. It'll be 24 hours. A week could complicate things a little bit. All right, what was the wholesome message? I'm currently on a god run and trying to do the moon quest. Thanks for your streams. Help me through dark times. Ah, Granite. Thank you for the support, man. I'm glad to hear that you say through dark times. Hopefully that means you're on to positive, good times now. I hope so, man. The song? I don't see any... Everybody's acting like they're wide awake. There's no one... Okay. Marin is... He's faking it, man. He's not even resting. He's pretending to be taking a nap. See? See? Okay, there's some quacks. There are some quacks. Fine, you can have a little taste. A little taste of some DunkTales. How about that? Is that good enough for you? Will that satisfy you? No? Maybe?
Nope.
It better.
Lurking in this sweaty cave here in Dunkville. Moist mobs, monsters, swapper mages. It's a dunk thrill. Might get a victory. Extend your win streak. DunkTales, ooh. Every night he's out there screaming. DunkTales, ooh. Tales of glory, crouches when skill profess. The danger ways will find you. Avert your eyes, emotes will find you. Punch a goon and slide into some DunkTales. Let's take a spin, might get a win on DunkTales. Tales of a legend, all jokes and good dunk spells. Not give a fails on fam snails, no DunkTales.
Can we recycle old votes from the top? Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Miksu. I'll ask my Zaya. We'll probably take like the top 5. Obviously not the winner. Last one, which was Dark Souls 3. So maybe like the 5 losers right below it. And then maybe whatever other suggestions you guys throw out. No from slot, please. Are you guys burned out on the Souls games? We'll find out. The poll will reveal the truth. Remember, it's a runoff polling system, so if you really are like, if that many of you guys are burned out on it, all you have to do is make sure that you know, rate anything that you don't want to see low, because you're ranking everything. The more thorough you are on your ranking, the more accurate the results will be for everybody. So if a lot of people are burned out on the Dark Souls stuff, and it's highly unlikely to win. It's not it's just a regular popularity contest. It's runoff polling, meaning like usually the game that wins should be the one that the most people will be okay, like pretty much fine with the results, right? It shouldn't be as polarizing. Elden Ring will take you a year to beat. Is it because there's so much content, or it's that difficult? For me, at least, you're claiming. Both? Yes. Yes. Mostly content, but both. Are you saying that I'll have a skill issue? Now I want it to win, just so I can show you how it's done. Alright, now that I have 5 orbs, that means we are able to get to New Game Plus, because I already got the salt from killing, you know, I killed Kolmi and everything. And I got the 5 orbs, but we don't want to start running to New Game Plus immediately, because what if, you know, we may end up having to go to a lot of New Game Pluses. I need to be able to deal enough damage that I don't have to worry when going through those areas. So let me just get a wand and some resources, and let's see how we can do with this. This is going to be a rare occasion, a very rare occasion where the right choice
nuclear bombs
is actually going to be Wand of Multitudes, I believe. I know, you're upset. You're like, what? Multitudes? Multi-noobs? It's true. It's true. I think it is actually the right choice today. I'll explain in more detail why. Let me just deal with this piece of shit. Oh, crap. still alive? I think he's still alive. Oh my god. Let me just... Hey, you. Stop that. See, my damage is just so lacking. Oh. There you go. Just deleted him the old-fashioned way. Killed a meatball. Yes, don't worry. We still have several more things, but thank you for the reminder. I would forget. In fact, we can just jump into here. So, what makes the Wand of Multitude so good in this specific situation? And that is that spells share their modifications with each other. So what I mean by that is Spark Bolt naturally has a 5% chance to crit. That is how the Spark Bolt works on its own. I mean, when you shoot the Spark Bolt out and it hits an enemy, it has a 5% chance that it will even do 5 times the normal damage it should do. But if you cast them together, they share the crit with each other. So these 4 Spark Bolts each now have a 20% chance to crit. This is a big deal because when you have a wand with a huge capacity like this, it means you can shoot a ton of projectiles together. They'll all share their modifiers with each other. Even though we're not using any traditional modifiers, they're natural modifiers that they have on them. And this is where I can try to get a lot of damage, where I can try to amp up the pump. 20 Spark Bolts, pussy. Well, let's see if we can get that many Spark Bolts. I'm down for that. Load them up. And then we even have the 2 times afterwards. Duplicates every spell cast before it. So we could even put that at the end, you know. Even more Spark Bolts. This could get interesting. This could be a run to make Durium proud. He's not even here today for it. Not that I know of, at least. Durium loves these, like, just spamming, like, you know, basically, we call them shotgun builds. Tend to be his favorite style, I believe. And this is maybe not going to be necessarily a full-on shotgun, but it's going to have the spirit of it. What is multicast do? The 26 cast, it will cast every single slot on this wand at once. So once we start to add some stuff to it, I can explain the shortcomings of this build and how you can, you know, try to fix it and all that crap. But first, let's get the resources. Also, I need to find a way to heal. I still don't have a regular healing method. Is a hit scan wand possible, like one where you immediately register the hit at whatever you're aiming at? Let me think. But you're saying to not hit the other things, though. Like you want to be able to specify, like, this thing specifically. That's a damage modifier. It's not allowed today. This wand's capacity is nice. We gotta switch over to this wand. Do not read this. I never will. Don't worry. Spark trigger. We already have the double trigger. Yeah, it'd probably be easier to work with the single trigger today, wouldn't it? We could create a Pollen Loop build. The Pollen Loop gives potential. We need Pinpointer to do that, though.
Do it.
We'll discuss what a Pollen Loop build is if I find the resources. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless for me to discuss. Oh, I wanted the wand itself for my main wand. Duh. Damage field is a damage modifier not allowed for today's run since we're not allowed to use damage modifiers. I feel like there's a way you can make kind of a gimmicky version of that hit scan thing you're talking about, but I don't know if you would make one that's really true to hit scan. You could just make something that appears a little bit like that. That's the best I can think of. The illusion of hit scan. Why not homing mist with trigger chainsaw? We don't have a chainsaw right now. I don't know if I've seen any good mist setups. There's Plasma Beam Enhancer if we want to do some crazy plasma stuff, but then that would probably require the weakening trick, plasmas. We could do all that. Plasma Beam is S tier. It is pretty great. It is pretty great, especially whenever you're going to new Game Pluses. It does scale kind of nicely. It's not really scaling, it just naturally does so much high damage that it actually is relevant for longer. Is probably the better way to say it. Basically, we have a couple builds open to us right now. We are... Ooh. Accelerate homing's a bit weird. We can't use this. It's a damage modifier. And explosive projectile, the explosion part of it is not really a damage modifier, but you gotta remember that it literally adds flat damage, like explosion damage. So it's damage, explosion plus 5. That's the part. So like, it's not the explosion itself, it's the flat damage of the explosion that makes it a modifier. I guess the reason I specify that is like if you were to add something that was like electric arcs will cause explosions. So you're like, oh, if explosion is banned here, why not there? It's like, well, this one is a flat damage, so that's the issue with that. So it is a damage modifier in this case. Let's put the stuff here. This one is getting a little funky. I took top 10 from 3 pulls, removed dupes and winners, posted the list of 17. Oh, thank you there, Meeks. That's very helpful of you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you're curious what Meeksu's talking about, he's getting things prepped for tomorrow's variety game vote because we have killed all of the bosses that currently are in Punk. Now, there's still a lot of development that's going to go on with that game, but we're going to let it kind of cook for a bit, let the devs, you know, add some more stuff, and then we'll dive back into it when it gets probably a huge update, or maybe whenever its full official release comes out, depending on how they continue to do like the development of Punk and everything. My point is, it's not the end of Punk, it's just a pause for now, basically. Just a slight pause. Make a wisp that's shooting freezing gaze and tentacle. The freezing gaze one would be pretty laggy, though it does scale really nicely for most enemies. Not all of them, but most of them. And that part is tempting. Ooh, a heal bolt. Hold up now. Opens up some possibilities. Does Weakening Curse count as a damage modifier? I was kind of wondering that myself earlier. I was like, I just ended up skipping it just in case there was some debate there with peeps. Rotate towards is kind of tempting. Hold on to that for now. Venomous Curse. I'm going to count that maybe as a damage modifier since it probably should be considered one. There's Tentacles if you want to run some free... Ooh. That's big. That's big. Do. Piercing. Boomerang. Deadly Heal. This would probably kill us. So then we put down the multicast thing. And then we say, you copy the piercing. And then we shoot this. There we go. Some people may be watching my build right now and thinking, well, your damage is already doing pretty good. Oh, I forgot to put stuff back. My bad. Your damage is already pretty good. Why aren't you going to New Game Plus? We need that much more damage. That's how much we need to scale up our damage. This right now is just gonna not do well. We'll be able to run past the enemies, but we want to be able to kill stuff, not just be like, oh, there's an enemy, run from him. Oh, there's an enemy, run from him. Problem is, the only thing that's given us is modifiers, and we're not allowed to use those today. Oh my. Sandwiched between two Ukos. Living the dream. There's some plasma. There's a plasma beam enhancer plasmas. We could. It could be a sign. Are arc spells considered? No, arc spells are allowed. They are allowed because they are an arc. They aren't necessarily like a damage modifier. Though you obviously use them to do some damage. But still, we don't count them in today's challenge. We are not in New Game Plus yet. How do you get more damage without modifiers? Usually creative ways, which is what I'm trying to show you guys right now, a creative method. But if we find one spell, I'm kind of leaning towards the pinpointer. If we found pinpointer, we would have a pretty creative way to do big damage. And I think it would scale pretty well. like into the new Game Pluses. Look at all these hearts. This is why the Overgrown's so good. Is like you're not even looking for hearts, but you just get. Oh, I wish. Plus 44 damage. We would be shredding. We would be stomping noobs in New Game Plus. God damn it. Why not get Taika? Yeah, but to get Taika Silva, we need to go into heaven or hell and search potentially for a while, but you are right. That could actually be faster than what we're doing right now. Game is being mean. What the hell? That treasure chest was just thrown along. There we go. There's a freeze. Oh, that's a damage modifier. I forgot. Son of a bitch. We can't use that on our digging. We gotta get lava to blood. Give me a moment. I'll peep it. A reduced lifetime. If we end up finding a telly, I'm gonna wish that I grabbed this. So, what are we letting go of it? Duck scales so well. You know what? We don't need this timer. Alright, what's our plan now since that one did fail? Let's see how much damage we can do. Well, the thing is, we didn't find chainsaws, we didn't find pinpoint. But we do have a piercing. We do have rotate towards. You think hell? We should do hell first. Objective, give up. Meat boss. Let's do the meat boss before I forget, and then I'll check the cosmic. Homing, piercing, spark trigger build. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We may end up just going for something. We don't even have a traditional homing though. We have rotate towards and the accelerate homing, which is kind of lame actually for that kind of build. Not the greatest. Alright, so this build also that I'm running is really crappy against the meat realm boss. Let's see. Let's go. What if we did add trigger, piercing, this is gonna be kind of terrible. Kind of terrible, I think, if you shoot it near an enemy, which is kind of when you need it. Any bad guys? Any bad guys? Hello, bad guys. Here's a bad guy. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. We'd have to do it like without the accelerate homing. Heart mage trick. Yeah, there's a heart. There's a heart mage there chilling. He's just hanging out. Is there? Yeah, I'm trying to hit that thing. Stop with the rotate towards. Aw, no heart. Alright, let's see if we can kill the meat realm boss, and then I'll see if there's something we want to do with that heart. Because right now, if you see when we go in this zone, we have a thing kind of popping around our character. That popping effect around our character is a visual of the curse, the little red burst. We are currently cursed, meaning that you are not allowed to heal when you're in this zone, so you can only take damage, you can't take healing. So your health bar will only go down more and more. You leave out of that zone, and then you can heal, but then you walk back in the zone, and it removes your health that you healed. It's a whole thing, man. Tick-tock. Alright, I'm moving. Tick-tock. Did get recoil damper, which is kind of cool. Kind of neat. How are we still not at the bottom? There it is. What do we have here? Oh, this is not good. Ooh, an ad mana though. Hold up. Alright, we need to get over to this boss and kill him as soon as possible. Because this... Oh my god. The health bar is only going to get lower. Alright, there we go. We shredded him. So the curse has been lifted. We can heal while we're in here. I do want that other ad mana. Another utility box. Garbage. What is the weird wand that the boss dropped? That is a drop that he always does. It's an animated wand, actually, and it's got a chainsaw on it. Where did I Kill him, man. He's right here. His corpse is right there. All right. So, essentially, it's this funky wand with an always cast Bloodlust, Chainsaw, and Damper. The Bloodlust is against the rules today, so it is a damage modifier, so we can't really utilize it. But it is a cool looking wand. It's kind of fun to goof around with. But speedrun, it's pretty much a meme wand, except for speedrunners do use this. Yolk uses this in several of his world record runs, because you can do some kind of cheesy tactics for killing certain bosses with it. Lock in the lots. Okay, come on. Pay attention here, chat. Focus up. Do perks that add wand capacity work on the chainsaw wand? Yes. So you can actually, you know, we've gone through and we've done a long run where we turned that into like a, you know, a massive wand that actually was usable and crap, and you could build cool stuff. But is it worth the effort? Not really. It's mainly just a gimmick kind of run. Hey, there you go. Make life a little easier for us with a little bit of extra HP. Alright, so here's the problem. Traveling down there. We shoot this, and then we run through this. Yeah, we should be fine. I think. Probably. The stone, yeah, but when you're down in the lava, it's going to be a bit scary. Because, like if you're down here and then you bring out the stone, you still take little bursts, so I'm gonna have to, I mean, I guess we could just slowly swim it, but then we have to deal with the suffocation. I wonder how slow that swim would be. Probably is much safer than the method I'm about to use, but it also is slow as hell. My thinking is, like that. That's our way. Alright, anything of interest here? Ooh. Null shot. Yeah, I was to grab that. Move that there. We don't even need the multicast anymore, do we? Huh. Damage modifier? Wait. Does it modify your damage? Removes all damage. Well, I guess you're saying, like, because that is a modification. But we said, just, you know, anything dealing with a negative damage or no damage, it's, come on, be reasonable, chat. Please never do this run again, because the chat either intentionally or accidentally misunderstands the rules. It's just because, like, the word modification is a bit too vague, I guess. We should have chose, like, I don't know, a word that just means... Maybe I just put it like a greater than. If damage modifier greater than 0, then it would have covered it. Get the divide by. That's why I keep looking at it. I'm thinking, do I want to run a divide by in this build today? Because it's going to be tricky. Because a divide by takes away a good amount. Ooh, baby. Divide by takes away a good amount of damage, but usually you can counteract. For example, if I'm using a where's one of the divide bys? I'm blind as shit right now. Divide bys. There you are. If I'm using divide by 4 and it does minus 15 damage, well then I'm like, oh, I need enough damage modifiers that adds more than minus 15, right? I need something that's, you know, like 16 damage or 20 damage, 30, whatever, something larger than 15. But we're not using any damage modifiers, so I would have to use basic projectiles with a projectile damage amount over 15 to really be able to do anything special with it. It's just like, it feels like it's a pain. But it's okay. We got a pollen loop going. You guys ready to see a pollen loop? Let's do it. Let's loop that pollen. Somebody earlier said a pollen engine, and I'm like, I'm not going to go to a full pollen engine. That's a little bit on the crazy side, but we'll loop it. So we are going to be using some of these multicast for a bit. This build's not exactly utilizing the 26 cast in the best way. Pinpoint a light. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move it like this. Duplicates every spell cast before it. I don't know if we're going to be able to use this too well, but we'll goof around with it for a bit. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? And then that should be enough, I guess. Nope. Throw that one away. Alright, then this pollen down here. Maybe I should have walked through how the wand's gonna work before I, started building it. Actually, I think that needs to not be there. You guys know the pollen loops, right? More power. More power. Please explain. Alright, we gotta make Strep proud. We can't leave him behind. But it will be easier if I head up and then explain. Let me get out of this area. Let me check how our damage is doing on the bad dudes. Oh, it's gonna be a bit annoying sometimes whenever there's things in the way. Need a bit more pop on this. Yeah, it's because of the kind of homing. I don't like that rotate towards. Let me see if I use this with this, if I'm happier with that. Oh wait, hold on, there's an issue. It's because it will get this modifier, won't it? It will share the one modifier. We don't want that. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. Oh, I think I know why it's not. I'm not doing the thing correctly. How is it even working as good as it is? Honestly. Going kind of nice. I guess the add trigger, I think it's because I'm wrapping back into it. It's kind of funny. Huh. Yeah, the piercing is the issue because I'm over wrapping and this is getting placed basically in the payload and this is causing issues. That's why yeah, because something about this build shouldn't work even in the first place because I didn't build the setup correctly because the pollen is supposed to be the thing doing the carrying of the build. Actually, no, that's fine to have actually like that. But it's looping in a weird way. It's not looping the way that I was wanting it to because I placed things in the wrong spots. But let me get out of this zone and then we'll worry about the details. Because I wanted to talk through the build anyway, so it feels silly to like troubleshoot my build and then afterwards, you know, pretty much explain the build. It's like you're just doing the same thing twice. So get out of this zone, and then we'll be good. Screw it. We'll start on this build, and then we'll transfer it as we're yapping. How about that? Okay. So the idea is going to be pretty simple. And we're going to eventually transfer it to this wand, but first I got to get the basic concept of it down. So we have pinpoint of light, and we have pollen. And what happens is, whenever pinpoint of light hits the pollen, it will actually pop. The pollen actually interacts with the pinpoint of light. So let me show you an example of that. I will shoot some pollen in the air, like so. Okay, there's a bad guy nearby, so of course it's homing towards him. And then we just swap this in. And then we shoot the pinpoint of light through it. If I can. You see that? You see how they pop? That's significant because what that means is, that means if you had a trigger, on the pinpoint of light, a trigger fires off when it comes in contact with something. So for example, like the wall here, see how the payload shoots out? That little spark bolt shoots out when it hits something. Each of those little pollens represent contact with something. It's hitting something. But what that means is that if we shoot both the pollen out in front... Okay, hold on. Get off me. If we have this little pollen shot where I'm... Look, there we go. If we have this little pollen shot floating in the air, and then I hit it with this pinpoint of light, this thing that is inside of it will fire off. So, little pollen shot floating in the air. Oops, I kind of fucked up. Pollen shot floating in the air. And then boom. You can hear it. It's probably to get something better visualization than a spark bolt. Spark bolt's not that obvious. Let's do ducks. Ducks are very obvious whenever they fire off, right? You can see the ducks pretty clearly. Oh my gosh, there's bad guys everywhere. Alright, so there's pollen. You see that? The ducks flew out the moment the pollen got hit. But then from there, what we would like to do is we want to make it so that whenever this pinpoint of light hits this pollen, it will fire off the ducks, but also another pollen. So, the way to do this, wait, what happens if I, is it expiration trigger on the pollen? Let me check this out real fast. Oh, we probably are supposed to shoot. No, that's not right. Well, that isn't right, yeah. It's been a little bit since I built one of these, so give me a moment. Also, we're going to want to do a double on this so they fire at the same time anyways. Move this. So is the pinpoint of light hitting the pollen spawning a duck a bug? No. It's like any spark trigger. Like if you have a spark trigger and it hits something and it fires off the payload, that's a normal interaction. Would you say choosing the multi-tools is a mistake? Always. It's always a mistake, of course. So let me find something. I don't like dealing with the charges just because I want to be able to test stuff multiple times. I'm hoping I don't need 2 pollen. I think you do this with 1 pollen. I'm just trying to remember the positioning. Because you can just place it inside of the payload, but I still need the initial pollen to make it go. The double, you can go there. See, the idea here is that whenever this makes contact, it will shoot off Spitter Bolt and another pollen. But I can't remember if I used to put a pollen at the beginning. I feel like there was a way that I would place it both in both positions, and I don't remember it that well. I'm like, I guess you could just bounce that off the wall, and then, yeah, there you go. I think I'd place 2 pollen most of the time. Which means if we were to have something like the ducks, and we placed them here, now when we shoot it at the wall, you'll see pollen and ducks. But watch how many ducks we get from this. Okay, way more ducks. Let's get to a better area. You see how many ducks we get just for hitting... Oh, well, pollen just popped a little bit early there. Oh, you could really... Here, if you need a good visual... Oh, wait. Plasma, I think, may actually break the pollen before it can interact with it. Let's try it real fast. Yeah, it does. Whoops. So we take this build, and we're going to apply it up here. That means that... Oh, I remember what it is. The pollen should have it on the expiration. That's what it is. Because... Yeah. This problem right here. In this problem right here, if we shoot the pinpoint of light, it fires both the plasma beam and the pollen at the same time. But the plasma beam ends up killing the pollen. We don't want this. We want a chain reaction where the plasma beam spawns the pollen, and then the new pollen that is spawned gets hit by the pinpoint again, which spawns another pollen, which gets hit. It's like, it's recursive, right? So the way you do that is by putting an expiration trigger on the pollen, so that when pollen dies, then it will fire off its payload. I think that is the better way to do it. But even then, because the plasma beam is so large, it probably needs to be a smaller payload that isn't so destructive. But I think something like this is probably closer to what it needs to be. Yeah. That's better. So then, with that in mind, we run add trigger on these into the pinpoint of the light, expiration, pollen, into a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna leave this out for now. It may complicate things. 1, 2, 3. And then now I fire this. Nope, not yet. Oh, I have the multicast at the beginning. Whoops, you're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there. Go. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm hitting something. They're not popping. Why aren't you popping? Pinpoints. Piercing. I am messing something up here. I'm rapping to it, aren't I? It's goddamn 26 cast, man. No, this shouldn't. Should it? Is it? Is it the problem? Maybe you're right. Oh, whiffed the shot. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was reducing it too much. Huh. I thought it still made it pop. It just didn't do any damage, but I guess the pollen has its own health bar. Okay. We still need something that shoots the pollen, though, at the front. Because the problem is our beginning. Whenever we want to fire this, it needs something to get it going. So I end up having to fire a pollen at the wall to get a little bit of pollen in the air, and then I shoot through it. Oops. And I shoot through it, which then fires off the payload. Oh, Truchino, you have the single one. Use the double pollen, add trigger. Double pollen, add trigger. Pinpoint, double, duck 2 times. It worked like. But wait, in that case though, I can't keep the modifiers off of the spells, can I? Will it? Let me use that real fast. Let me try. So the problem was I was getting the modifiers where I didn't want them to be. Because before it actually would have, the build we had before would have been nice, except for the fact that we're not allowed to use damage modifiers. So this piercing, if we were adding damage onto these, then minus 15 damage wouldn't matter at all. It's like, oh well, who cares, minus 15? But in this case, minus 15 is the entire amount of damage they do, because I don't have any damage modifier. So it's kind of fucking shit up. Let me try this here that he's talking about. So it's double, then we bring in the pollen immediately. And then the add trigger, pinpoint, which is what we had a little while ago. And then another double? Did we have another double? Okay, I can use a triple, I think, at this point. I don't think it matters too much. I think it's just 3 projectiles, right? You're saying, like... Does that work? Let me see. I think I may be missing... Or I should be missing one. Let's see. Oh, something scuffed there. Add trigger, triple... Oh, when you said 2 times, I thought you meant... I was confused. I thought you just meant... just place the duck 2 times. Okay, let's try this out. Hey, wait, does that need to be... Well, I'll swap it. If I need to throw another... Yeah, I need to throw... Probably that. Something like that? Is that... It does do the combination, but if I were to do this build... I don't think we can keep the modifiers out of the group, can we? Like, if I put a modifier here, doesn't it apply it to the group? Or will it keep it? Oh, wait, no, the 2 times is duplicating the pollen from here. That should keep it out of the group, duh. But we can't do anything that destroys the pollen, which is fine. Oh, wait, the pinpoints that get placed in here can destroy the pollen, though, sometimes. I think it's just easier to do a second pollen in the payload. ends up getting a little bit crazy. You can by putting the modifiers you don't want in the payload at the end of the wand. That makes sense. So like you would complete this payload, but then once this is completed, the modifiers you didn't want would be on the outside. So in a way they get like wrapped into the front group and not applied to the inside. Well, let me think for a moment. Let's just get a second pollen, maybe. My brain is fried. My little tiny brain. Okay, Solar's like, we're never getting DunkBot 2.0. Alright, let me... this stuff back. Though I kind of did like the expiration trigger pollen setup, but we'll worry about that later. I mean, pinpoint and light has a natural piercing anyways, but I think we didn't want the piercing on it in the first place. It was kind of scuffed. 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see this for now. How are we looking here? Oh shit. Wasn't ready for that. Forgot the add trigger. Kind of an important detail. Flip. Yeah, it's the 2 times. And if we put another one in there... yes, because it doesn't have the pollen in the payload. If we have the pollen here, we can ricochet it off the wall. Wait, what? Oh, that's killing the pollen. Son of a bitch. I think the Dig and Blast actually is the one that kills the pollen there. Is it? No, it's any of them. What happens if I just put down the 2 times and nothing else? Let's say that... I don't know how that works exactly, but let's see. Don't use the 2 times enough. The 2 times! And I may look for another pollen in a moment. I was just kind of getting distracted testing some nonsense. Read Solar. I'm going to play Power World, no coding today. What do you mean? You were playing Power World the entire time we were coding the other day. That didn't stop you last time. What is this guy talking about? Oh shit. It splits so early. Yeah, I blame the 26 cast. That thing making me angry. So if we swap that out with this, and then we shoot. I wonder if it could be... well, not that. Why did I swap the wrong thing? There it goes. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, that's good. All in, you get moved in there with, I don't know, a double for now, I guess. Yep. Dude, there's like so many enemies that just keep being nearby so I can't test stuff. I think it's probably better to leave the homings off of it while you're testing. It's just there's so many things in the way, man. I need like 10 more inventory slots. Move this. You are going in there. Light. You're going in. You know what? We can actually put the light there. Less to worry about. And then we put up the homings. So that way we don't have to deal with that crap. There we go. Okay. The goal is to pack as much damage in that as we can, and then we'll add the homing as the final moment. And we'll look for pollen while we're doing shit. I mean, it's just going to take a while before we get the pollen, but whatever. Pollen will go here whenever we find it. And then both of the homings go there. Personal gravity field. That's probably pointless to hold on to, but we'll keep holding. Just in case. Alright, now we need to go pick up those wands that I was moving resources around to. Alright, so this one we had our quad. And I'm going to go with Expiration Trigger. Where are you? I must have... Oh, right there. Expiration Trigger onto the Pollen. Just to make sure that if we want to put something that kills Pollen, maybe it'll be less likely to. I don't think it guarantees anything. 1, 2, 3... There. With these consume. And that should be good enough for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna rotate in the digging. And okay. Now we'll move these back. Move this. Well, we're back where we started, but I guess I learned a couple things along the way. Some goofy shit. Dude, finally, after all that, you're telling me this shows up? I wonder if all 3 of these would be okay. You know, it'd be kind of crazy. Watch this. Maybe about to make a mistake. No, we're fine. We got explosion immunity, right?
Do it.
Hold on. Hold on. Damn it. Oh, oh. Oh, the explosion kills the other pollen. Well, for the most part. It leaves some of them alive at some angles. And before chat gets muted, yeah, they definitely are abusing it a little bit, but they're screaming because of propane, which is a pretty normal thing to scream. It's a pretty reasonable reason to be like, oh shit, I don't just trust the propane, it's dangerous. Anything else that we use in this one, screw it. We'll obtain it in New Game Plus. We'll find another pollen there. We'll find everything we need there, right? Everything we could ever want. Anything cool though? It would be kind of nice to run lightning in it, but I'm nervous about the electricity. You might want to rotate. One with rotating or the homing into the pollen payload. The pollen payload. Oh, you mean this group? Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, it may be better to put the. Maybe that one there, possibly. We'll start with the rotate towards, because sometimes I don't know if the area teleport will move to like a weird spot on certain enemies, and so then it's not firing off the payload. It's a whole thing, man. Press E to enter New Game Plus. All right, it has begun. It has begun our coin flipping craziness. Now you know what? We're gonna choose a chatter who's always helping us out, always being a Giga Chad. Bayhum, it's your job to call heads or tails. Can you do this? Do you feel confident? I'm going to go to the coin flip website. It's going to flip a coin instantly. That one doesn't count. So the first coin flip doesn't count. Let me just get it out of the way. All right, I'm on the coin flip website. Let's see. He's calling for, what is he going to call for? And then I'll flip it after we see. Chat influence me. Look at this guy. Trying to get carried. That way he can blame the chat when they fuck up. What? Tails never fails. Tails never fails. Here we go. First flip. Remember, you guys have one do-over, but you don't even need it. You don't even need it. Looks like first off, Bayhu is correct. We are going to at least New Game Plus Plus, and then we'll let another chatter decide. So let's get set up. Grab this. And while we're journeying around, I do want to be looking for an extra pollen just to help me out a little bit, but it's not 100% necessary. Also want to test out my damage build, so if I shoot... No, that's... Not exactly what I had in mind, but it's because we gotta have the initial pollen. There we go. A little goofy, isn't it? It just sucks because right now, until I get that other pollen, I can't really just shoot it directly at enemies. Oh, what the? He popped the pollen. There we go. Look at that. Found the orb quick. Also remember that damage types are amplified in New Game Plus. Each New Game Plus is going to get amplified more and more, so this is going to be some scary stuff going down today. Very scary stuff. Keep the field going. Yeah, you can't really. What the hell? Why is it not letting me teleport? What in the hell? My teleports are... What did I do to my teleport wand? Hello? No, it's normal. It's just being really funky. Oh, I'm running out of mana. Oh, because I've added the... I didn't have anywhere to put some of these things. That makes sense. I was like, wait, it hasn't been running out of mana this whole time. I may have placed some extra modifiers there. This one can be... You know what? Do I want to incorporate the parallel worlds now? We haven't been using it yet, but I think being realistic, if we want to be safe this run, we should start using parallel worlds. So let's be safe. Yeah, we could have gone like an hour ago. I know, in my head I was thinking like, we can just get all the resources we need, and it just didn't work out that way. Oh shit. Okay, so while that was a mistake right now, and not like it's not like a big deal if I accidentally grab the heart, but that's going to become very costly later and can insta-kill me in some of the later New Game Pluses, so gotta keep that in mind. Don't fuck up. Use Ambro. Yeah, this one should be fine. It's the later one that I would have to Ambrosia immediately, which I guess we can put that there. That occasion. I accidentally got concentrated mana in my flask. I do not want that. The game vote will be tomorrow. Why is that dealing damage? These are cursed hearts, the ones in the parallel worlds. If you grab them, they do like a kind of like a poison curse thing, ticking away at your health. So the way you avoid it is just try to not grab the heart that's underneath it, and you don't have to deal with it. If you do grab it, well, then you have to sustain that damage. That damage that it's doing is a poison damage that scales with each New Game Plus. That's why whenever you hit New Game Plus 4, it will literally insta-kill you. From New Game Plus 4 onwards, it will just insta-kill. It is very powerful. I don't remember where I actually found the last one, so it's going to take me a moment. I don't remember. There it was. Oh, sweet. Professional gamer. Fire is going to scale as well. Right now, it's not so bad. But as we go into the New Game Pluses, hopefully we will find like an immunity to fire at some point. Can you mitigate cursed heart damage with stainless? Yes, yes you can. But the thing about it can be a little bit scary is you got to remember, like, sometimes they'll be under like water. Like if, for example, there's a heart, an orb over in the lake area. Whenever you go to New Game Plus, so if you grab that while you're submerged in water, this can break your stainless armor as you get pummeled with the curse damage, and well, yeah. No, hit the... I want the pollen! Give me the pollen! There we go. I guess we're going dissolve powders. Keep us from going crazy. Ooh, speaking of keeping us from going crazy. Nice. No more return bullshittery. Now we have a regular telly. Yay. And then I'm in a parallel world right now, so probably should head back to the main world. And let me check for, was there any pollen here? Nope. We'll just grab that, I guess. Let's go. Right now, it's not so bad sustaining through this crap, but if we keep going to, if you guys keep getting lucky like Bayhu did, this could get kind of ugly. Ooh. Woo. Oh, there's a puzzle right there. Not a puzzle you see very often. I think it's Berserkium and Worm Pheromone that I was looking for, which I don't have. Unlucky. Hey, Tinker. Which means we don't need this stone anymore. That's cool. Now this fight is going to be a little goofy. It's going to be probably pretty shit until I actually hit the pollen correctly. Oh, come on. Stop hitting it. Oh, come on. Let's see if I can just... he's thick. I can just shoot it into him. Screw it. That boy's thick. That's good enough. Screw that pollen loop. Alright. Alright, new game plus. Here we come. Now the question is, do we need to go to new game plus? I was missing a plus, my bad. Yeah, we were in new game. We were in new game plus. Now we're going to new game plus. We were in new game plus. We're in new game plus. We need to find out if we need to go to a third plus. That's what's happening right now. So, let me see. All right, Inbill, what's it gonna be? I see you're anxious. You think you can call it. He thinks he's got what it takes. Inbill, heads or tails, call it now. Remember, the community has one failed coin flip. They have not used it yet. They have one. Call a friend. Heads. He's going with heads. Here we go. Ooh, chat beat his ass. Inbill fucked up. He fucked up. He said, no. No. You guys have used up your one failed coin flip. First time catching you live, recently purchased Noita on Steam sale. Have been watching your YouTube videos and learning so many things about this game. Love your life. You know what? Hey, new guy. I appreciate the kind words. Thanks for checking out the vids. Excited to see a new guy joining the Noita community. It's an awesome community. There's lots of amazing people out there, and it's tons of fun to talk Noita. So if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. But I have one favor to ask from you. Is that Gaurav? Gaurav, can you say heads or tails in the chat right now? Do me a favor. Say heads, or you can type in tails. One or the other. What you got, Gaurav? Heads or tails? He's thinking. It's marinating. He went with heads. He's going with heads. Your future in this community rides on this moment. You will either be loved by the community or hated. Gaurav, run! Save yourself! Hurry! Hurry! Run! Get out of there! He's like, no! They're angry. Kill that boy? I got two people in. Kill that one. Wait a second. Fucking Inbill's trying to distract. He's like, yeah, fuck that guy. Who would lose? This bitch over here losing coin flips. Meanwhile, 2 seconds earlier, he lost a coin flip. He's like, what kind of idiot loses a coin flip? Hey, you did your best. You know what? He's a true community member. He was trying to help out. He knew that this run was looking a little shaky. He was trying to make sure that we didn't die. He wanted to keep the believer streaks alive. Gaurav, you're still loved. Don't worry. I want to get another pollen so that this build can actually look like a build. Instead of this abomination. Oh shit, that reflecting damage guy is kind of a problem. You know what? Let me take off this real quick. Let's see if we're happier with this. Oh yeah. Maybe. Kind of. Everything's fine. Everything's just fine. This goofy ass pollen build. Alright, keep moving, keep moving. You know what? Since we don't have to go into any more New Game Pluses, we can start to move on some pretty crazy stuff into our build. So, you know what's a pretty crazy thing to put into this build? I would say ducks, but we don't have unlimited ducks. Makes me sad. Plasma will kill a lot of the pollen. The next mountain will have something exciting. That's how it's going to work. Next mountain will hook us up. Ooh, we have to grab this for the fire immunity. Oh, and this. Okay, okay. Read a Truchido? Well, what do you do? Why not use the 2 times you have? It will make the build even stronger. I was doing it earlier, but it kept just like fucking off. Like the projectiles were being scuffed as hell. But then again, it may have been the homings that I had in place. Ow. Let me move it back in there. See if it'll behave. Oh, hold on, hold on. There's a polymage nearby. Did we almost get got? Yeah, it is doing better now. I don't know why. It must have been I had something else in place earlier. Ooh, electric immunity. If we have that electric immunity, is there any electrical things? There's there's tele everywhere. Oh, okay, here's what we can do. Since we have electric immunity, throw some electricity in the build, yeah? Too bad that guy's an illusion. Mirage. Oh, shit! Okay, there's a dude over here giving him invincibility right there. What? Alright, guess we're here now. My eyes. My eyes! It's annoying how many of these guys throw off the invincibility effect, which then means you can't hit the homing will like home onto guys that are invincible. Oh shit. That's going pretty well. Good enough. Though, I think this is the New Game Plus version, right, of the enemies? Yeah, I'm not New Game Plus. The tower version of the enemies, which I think is not the true New Game, like they're kind of jank a little bit. Meaning it wouldn't be till the next New Game Plus that we really started to see some beefiness out of them. That's why we're kind of killing everything pretty quick, and they're not even dropping that much gold. Basically, enemies here don't have the camera bound component, which among other things that gives the New Game Plus buffs. Okay, so they're just the basic version of them. They're just some little basic noobs. That dude's shooting pollen now. Now we're starting to get some of the beefier enemies. I don't know if we... Yeah, we're... Oh! Woo! Yeah, now that build's pumping a bit more because they're thicker. Because now we're no longer in the tower. I wonder how long this pollen build, I mean, hopefully we would got another pollen eventually, but I wonder how long it would scale for. Probably not that much longer without the damage modifiers. You'd have to have found a way to... And it does decent. My own pinpointer keeps hitting me though. The healing wand feels like cheating. Had to earn this bad boy. Why so much gold? In New Game Plus enemies, the enemies are given significantly more health, and then the amount of gold they drop depends on their HP bar, essentially. So the more health they have, the more gold they drop. But you, stop being alive. Stop that right now. Oh, I don't have enough mana, that's why. There we go. Piercing, no, we discussed the piercing being on the table and being allowed before the run even began. That way it left room for creativity. But anyway, sorry early I got on like a, we were just like, you know, testing stuff out, and still I didn't get the pollen working exactly as I wanted it to. But the build is a pretty straightforward, you know, basic vanilla build. All it is, one last time, because earlier I did get sidetracked like crazy. This is it. This is pretty much the entire build. Add trigger on a pinpoint of light. And whenever we hit something, it shoots out pollen. So if you look there, you can actually see mini pollen along the way. So instead, if we put something like a double, or let's say a triple, so pollen, lightning, triple. You see that it shoots lightning out the whole way. That's the idea. Pretty basic stuff. The issue there, though, that we were having is we were having trouble getting the pollen into the air to then cause the chain reaction, which was the reason the build was a little meh. But on this boss here, he's so puny that you don't even have to run a proper, you know, pollen loop. It'll just kind of shred them. Your YouTube videos and VODs have been helping me a whole lot as a newbie. Made it to the final biome for the first time Friday night. Thanks, Dunk. Also, hi, Chad. Hope everyone is having a great day. What's up there, Kaiju? Yo, another guy stopping in from the YouTubes. Let's put ducks in there, too. Let's see what this looks like. Ducks and the pollen. Do this, and then... Look at all the ducks from a single shot. Hopefully I helped you better grasp on why I was trying to get the build going, but honestly it still didn't end up where I wanted it to be, but it was kind of unnecessary once chat failed the coin flip. It was unnecessary to keep the build going further. Quack, quack. Which in this case, hold on, let me see if I can do what I was trying to do earlier, but we kept failing. Which was have that there and then have the 2 times. Is it gonna all of a sudden function correctly? Oh wait, no, they're supposed to be... Kind of, but where's the lighting on that? Oh, it doesn't have the monopole for it. Whoops. I don't know. One of these days we'll fuck around with it and get that figured out. But for now... down, that there, go, that's good. Alright, do that. And... we're in New Game Plus Plus. Should be fine, right? We won't die like a peasant, we would never. But, I kind of want to go out to my own build. It's actually kind of hard to do because of our repulsion. It actually kind of rejects it, you know? The advantage of repulsion, it tries to protect you even when you don't want it to. Oh shit, okay, it's a couple of extra lives. Let's just get that. Another easy win for the God Gamer. I got off lucky today. Honestly, I was a little nervous there for a bit because the whole time I was kind of panicking because I'm picturing myself in New Game +5 or New Game +6 with my damage build. So I was like, fuck, I need to get this Pollen Loop actually pumping good damage. We can't just get it like, oh, it's spraying some spark bolts and stuff, because that's gonna, you know, as you saw, it was kind of goofy, but like the damage wouldn't have been enough in New Game +5. The enemies would have started to laugh in my face. Once our damage started to get pretty okay, I thought, oh, okay, we'll see how this, and then, you know, the coin flip got, you know, killed off. So then it's like, oh, well, I guess I don't need that damage. Guess I was stressing for nothing. Who needs damage modifiers? Not me. Not this guy. Oh, wait, where are we? Oh, I think we're in sun territory now, maybe? Yeah? Seems about right. Woo! Do you really hate New Game Plus so much? No, I don't hate New Game Plus, but you got to be prepared for it, you know? New Game Plus is, if you're doing it with no more, you're not using more love, you're not using any damage modifiers, you're not, like, if you're just trying to get by with basic projectiles, but you're spamming a lot of them, it starts to get kind of scary because, you know, the enemy's HP bar, just to give you an idea, each enemy is going to have, like, significantly more HP than the final boss does at a certain point. Unless you're fighting like a, you know, a 30 orb boss or some crap like that. But the general enemies will have larger health pools than the final boss, because the New Game Plus just scales up in that way. They get thick. I only had to go to New Game Plus, so we didn't go deep at all. And I can hear Solar. You forgot cessation. You forgot to remind me. That's on you. That is on you. I can hear Solar yelling. He wants to code. Oh, he said hurry up. That means he's down for it. Part-time streamer. Don't start with me. Win number 2,765. There we go. There we go. There's our list of believers. I'm just gonna go through it real quick so that we can wrap things up. Chat was even saying Vex was playing Power World. Maybe we'll show him some love. Yes, streaks going out to Icing, Candied Metal, DayXS, and Shark Shake. Congratulations to you 4 on the golden yeses. 7 streaks going out to Icing, Lunarian, Manals, Ulfs, Timo, RKJ Fishing, No Lava, Woat, Whitcant, Shark, Zalarith, Mewis, Givens, Goldfish, Farah, Duhard, Strepsils, Not Moonlord. Woo, -7 going out to Plumel. The cosmetic is in your backpack, Plumel. You can get it whenever you like, or equip it whenever you like. Heinerman, Space, Wilhelm, Jeff Funk, Space Monkey, Julio, and Jack Gordon are the double 7 streakers. The 14, 21 for Darsgar, Hafas, Tikaret, Peace Outside, and then the 4 in a row. That is a 28 streak going out to Hayal Yega. Perfect pronunciation. Amazed. Amazed. Damn, you're a slow reader. Oh, come on. I did my best. I mean, come on. And actually, let's make sure that Yolk isn't on, because I felt we didn't get to raid him the other day, and I don't know. Actually, there was somebody else I think we were supposed to raid the other day, and we did. Ooh, Durium is on too. There is a Yolk, there's a Durium, there's Liquids on, 0 damage. Holy, this is what you want to see in the Noita community. Look at this. Look at this life. Life in the Noita section. That's because Noita is amazing. You should be streaming it too. Everybody out there should be streaming it. It's the greatest single player game of all time. Raid Yolk, Vex is on. I love them both. So rare for Vex to be on. That is true. It sucks because Yolk also is shorter. Oh, wait. Yolk's message says shorter stream today. So maybe we raid Vex then. Maybe we raid Vex. He is playing Power World. It is rare that he's on right now. Let's show him some love. Since Yolk is doing a short stream. If you want more Noita, though, you never raid Vex? Yeah. That's why I'm queuing up the raid. Because he is never on right now. He's never on around now. Because this is normally whenever he's, I think, sleeping. Sleeping or working. Not sure which one. The raid's queued up for Vex. He's playing Power World. If you're still wanting to watch more Noita, as you saw, there were a ton of people on stream in Noita. A lot of people from our community too, which is exciting to see. Tons of Noita gamers out there. The sweaty dunk love as raid message. Don't worry. Wherever the moist mob goes, Vex will know the sweaty love follows. You could just go in complete silence and he'll feel the love. He's one of us. He's one of the sweaty fam. Don't worry. He embraces the sweat. Thanks for the stream. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out, Roast Monkey, Master, Bayhue, Force, Peace Outside, to Vreardian, Veldak. I got you, Bayhue, right? Jester's Wrath, good luck with the coding. I'm about to do the same. Luckily, I got Solar to help me out. So any code that I break, he usually fixes it really quickly. So I'm going to go break some code so that Solar can have something to fix. And I'll see you guys in about 15 hours, okay? Thanks for being awesome. Solar in shambles, don't worry. He's used to it. He's been doing it for years. He's used to fixing all my code. He loves it. Deuces, chat. Thanks for everything.